by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Cam tries to convince us he'll have P5 done by next week.
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do. You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul replies. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And Joseph Goliath.
Yes, and today we're going to be talking about cross-platform play.
We're talking about crass stuff.
Yeah, crass anything.
Yeah.
Way to fill with that buttery pre-roll.
Yeah. All right, so what have you guys been playing this week?
Cameron?
Let's start with me this time.
Yes,
always.
obviously.
Okay. You host so infrequently. I played Persona 5.
It's because his games don't win anymore.
That's true. Haven't had a game in a while, actually.
I know. I cherish it.
Well, I suppose because of forced entries, but whatever.
No, we enjoyed those forced entries, though. Don't get us wrong. We love it. So, yeah.
What have
Love
you
it
been
so
playing?
I
much.
wouldn't know.
I already said I've been playing Persona 5. Like, goddamn.
Like, the only thing that you've-
goddamn, I've been playing Persona 5.
So I fell 5 hours short of my goal. I only played 35 hours of Persona 5 this past week. My goal was 40.
Fuck that.
40 and 40 is what you...
As 40 and 40, but now it's 35 and 50 hours next week, or 55
nice.
hours, depending on how close I am to that target. So
You have 55 hours left in the game.
50? No. If it's true,
What's
if
your
105
current time?
hours,
Well,
my current
I beat
time
it at 92 hours.
my current time is like 50:12 or something like that. So I'm about to start
Wait,
the fifth palace.
5012?
Yeah.
So 50 hours and 12 minutes.
yeah.
5
So you have about 40 hours left if you go at my
50
pace.
hours.
50 and then the colon and 12.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
50 hours and 12 minutes.
5012. Of
reality-
course, the common way of
Reality
saying that.
It's a weird time.
Reality is strange when
50
you've been
o'clock.
playing that much Persona. It's like you forget what's true and what's not true. You forget that you just can't go in the metaverse whenever you want.
Yeah. So, are you actually going to get that game done?
Oh yes. So I am going to finish this game for the show, really, because I don't remember who you are.
For the show. What do you
But I
You
remember
don't
someone
remember
saying
who I am or
no,
how
no,
to say
no,
numbers.
Fuck it. No, so this one guy said, "Hey Cameron, $10 to you if you beat Persona 5 on time." And I'm like, you know what? Deal, but not to me, to the show. And so I don't remember who he is, so I can't hold him to it. But
Well, that is just no good.
that
Yeah.
$10 is mine,
Way to fuck it up.
or the show's.
Well, how
But-
do you know if you don't remember who it was?
It was Chase.
Oh, okay.
And he's in the
okay.
chat now, so...
I'm doing it for the money.
yeah.
I'm doing it for the show.
For the money that you'll never see.
I'm doing it for the show. Okay.
Is anyone else being driven slowly mad by the shaking of the China ball above us?
Nope.
We have a nice little China ball.
Didn't even notice it.
And every slight movement,
Well, now that I've
Makes it
noticed it,
shake.
yeah, a little bit.
it's just like tick, 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 tick.
Well, maybe if you didn't fuck it up, it wouldn't be directly attached to the fucking pole that it's attached
Maybe,
to right now.
maybe, but
Yeah.
maybe if you people could stand still for more than 1 second, we wouldn't have to worry about it, even if it
maybe
were
if you
attacked.
maybe if
Maybe
you
if
didn't
you
bring
could
it up, then we could have
Not
just ignored
break
it.
everything I leave over here. Maybe if you could do that.
I'm not looking at quality product here. It's paper.
No,
and
it is.
metal
You're right,
frame.
and thus should be treated
As if it were
with
made out of paper.
gentleness, not the way that you treat your cat.
Ooh.
It's about the same way, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
This
It
China ball
breaks
deserves
shit.
it more, though, because it's now making noise. It's bothering the shit out of me.
It's making noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some headphones you could use. I don't hear anything.
It's
Oh,
just a
well,
slight,
fuck it.
slight little.
If you guys aren't hearing anything through there, then
No,
screw it. It's
Not
not
hearing anything. Anyway, what have you been playing, Schweiso?
I've actually played quite a few games this week. So I was at work and got kind of bored, so I pulled out the old PSP and played a little bit of Dino Crisis. I'm not really having fun with that game anymore. It's kind of brutal. And honestly, I'm just not feeling it for some reason. Like, I keep going into the same zone and getting thrashed by dinosaurs, and it's like there's not really. I'm just bad at it right now. I don't know. I can't play that. And I've also been playing the shit out of Final Fantasy Tactics. I was actually trying to finish it this week for my hog, but I wasn't able to. I got into the final zone, and I wasn't quite prepared for what was there waiting for me. There is a particular man who deals a lot of damage, and he has an army of dragons who also deal a lot of damage. And the problem is like some of the tactics,
They're dealing too much damage.
Yeah, they are. Some of the attacks and tactics, like it has an AoE effect, right? And it's like 3 times fire or 3 times thunder or 3 times whatever. And the problem is if I'm on an elevated surface, that it like cuts off the element of chance for them to not hit me, and all of them will hit me. So I'll get hit with thunder 3 times in a row, 200 HP and attack, and it will just fucking level me. Sometimes it'll have like 3 little tiles that it might hit, and it hits me with 1, maybe 2 of them, and I'm fine. But all 3, no. So I left. I ground out some abilities for samurai. I've got a samurai right now with 2 swords. I'm actually thinking about going back to knight and throwing on Excalibur and the Save the Queen on my main guy, and I should be able to just fucking destroy everybody in sight with that.
That is the right move, yes.
And another tactic I'm thinking of doing is getting teleport, because this fucking guy is across the map from me, right? I was thinking about grinding out teleport to then like just teleport behind this little fuck face and just destroy him, but then I read about teleport and like you lose 10% for each movement tile outside of your normal movement. Like a 10% chance for it to be successful, so I don't want that anymore because it sounds like it's going to be a waste. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to beat that game. I played some Grand Theft Auto 5. I played
Just some?
Metal Gear Solid. No, a decent amount. I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid, but I suck, so I didn't get very far.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I heard that from my chat.
Yeah,
I was getting shat on there, like, you're doing better than twice.
yeah. Well, you are playing on easy, which is a lot easier.
That is true.
Oh.
I do wonder what the difference, because the game is fucking hard on easy for me. So I do wonder what the difference is between easy and normal, because that has to be just hell on
Same
earth.
thing with Nier. The easy was still hard for you.
Nier was not hard on easy.
Whenever you turn off your fucking auto chips, it was.
Well, that's what easy gave you, was auto chips.
And it was easier, too, in general. I tried it. I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I played that. And
Not
then
arguing with you.
I played some King's Tale a little bit. I actually cleaned up all the trophies in that game. I just barely got the last gold and silver one today, so I 100%ed that. And I threw on Final Fantasy 12 for a little bit, and I played a little bit of the Final Fantasy 9 port on PS4.
Nice.
Tried to do that 1,000 jump rope thing at like 1 in the morning, and it was not going to happen. So, you know,
What was the max that you got to in that?
I got to 48, I think.
No, I saw you get to like 52.
I might have. I don't know. I got somewhere around the 3rd transition. Because the speed changes, the timing changes periodically, so it's bullshit. But yeah, I think that's it for what I've been playing this week. So most every game I own.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have been playing Metal Gear Solid. And I got to this 2 yesterday, which was nice. And then I also played about an hour's worth, and I thought I was going to play a lot more of this, but I played about an hour's worth of Tactics this week. And Tactics started, and then you got your little intro battle, and then there's another intro battle, and I got a game over on that second intro battle. Having not done the tutorials, in no way to go into the main menu, switch anything around. Anyway, Craig showed me what the fuck to do. I didn't know that any of them could heal. In fact, one guy had a potion and could, in fact, heal.
You have,
So
like,
that
2
was
people.
useful. So I shall now play Tactics the rest of the week, as well as stream it. I couldn't stream it this week like I fucking promised all these UFF listeners. It was like, I'm going to be on the stream 1 hour a day. And they didn't know this, but there's this little cord that you have to attach in order to have it connect to the computer. And I got... Because I broke my PSP, I got your old one. I bought
Right.
that one from you. And It's the old school PSP. It's the PSP 1000, and the video and audio hookup are in a bad spot, and you cannot use the thing that we have that can fit the 2000 and 3000 versions. You can't use it on that one.
Wow.
So I went up there. I was like, I'm gonna fucking stream this thing, and then I got the cord. I'm like, this is not gonna work. So
When you got the Game Over and Tactics, though, did you get this?
no, I have heard that sound a lot though.
Yeah, me too.
Can you play
Probably
the
not
choking
as
sound
much
for
as
me?
Schweiss.
Yeah.
That fucking choking noise, like someone's beating off in a corner. In Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When he's getting raped by wolves.
Yeah.
So that game, Schweiss did tell me it was really hard. I also remembered the first 15 minutes of getting to the elevator the first time I played the game being just like hell on earth, even though it's the very fucking first thing in the game. And this time it wasn't hell on earth, that part. That part was actually quite easy, but the game is difficult. And I am playing on easy. I don't know what part of the game is made easy, except maybe health bars on enemies. But that game is brutal.
Do the rations fully heal you?
No.
Okay, they don't do that to me either. They do like half.
No, they fully healed me at the beginning, but as my health has gotten bigger, it hasn't healed me at all. Or not, it hasn't healed me all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it must just be enemy health bars on the bosses. That's all I can think of, because obviously you said you're still stuck on the Psycho Mantis thing, and took me 2 tries to do Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, he doesn't take very much damage at all to me, so it's taken like forever.
Jeez.
And then I just randomly get hit a couple times here and there. And
I
then
will tell you,
die.
the helicopter fight at the top of the tower, that took quite a few tries yesterday.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah, I remember that being a tough fight.
Yeah. And then someone told me how to cheat the sniper wolf fight.
Yeah, the corner thing.
I got into a corner, and then you use the rockets that you steer, and you just do that instead of sniping her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never done that.
It's
before.
not. It's the one where he's outside with the sniper, not the inside one. The inside one, you can't do that. She's on another floor. So, anyway, I've been having a lot of fun in that game, even though its controls have not. They have not aged well, I would say, and I'm not going to apologize. A lot of people are saying this is the best game ever made. I don't think it is the best game ever made. I don't even think it's close, but it's very good. But those controls, man, those blocky fuck controls, man, they're just too blocky. They're too, like you said, sensitive. But they're sensitive. It's one of those games where, because it's an old school game, it's all about the finishing the animation loop before the next thing can happen, which we don't have now. Like animations, you'll sometimes see like an auto switch animation, because like if you shoot a guy twice, he'll like do one animation and then quickly do the other animation. In this game, if you like shoot a boss, he's got to go through his full on like movement or line or whatever before you can shoot him again, which is infuriating. Especially coming from a point of modern gaming where you can just keep shooting, and it should react. On top of that, the fucking thing is so sensitive, especially, it's mostly in the sniper parts, but sometimes it's just spinning around and just trying to kill guys around you. Certainly the sneaking aspect of this game is still really well done and all that other shit, but the shooting, the combat stuff, really not great. It's not the game's focus, but it's still not great. So anything where you have to aim, there's like a certain axis or like certain degrees of movement that Snake will be willing to have. And so if whatever guy is not in that exact direction, Snake will move around them. And it's hard to really like try to visualize this over a podcast, but Snake skips full on like a couple feet every couple of degrees around him. If you put a circle of degrees around Snake, he just won't approach a certain area. Even if you have the analog sticks going, he just does not want to fucking do what you say, which it drives me fucking nuts. And that's what kills me the most in this game is the controls. Controls have not aged well. I do remember good controls from number 3, so I'm sure the series improves. But number 1, no. It's like a 3D game, but it's still working with SNES controls. That's what it feels like. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I played like I think I have 9 hours on my game or 8 hours or something like that.
How long is it supposed to be?
8 hours.
For the full thing, yes.
I might save file at the end. I don't know how I did it before, but Joe has it every time he loads up his save file. Mine was like 6 hours, and
It was like 6:53 or some shit.
Yeah.
It mocks me every time I go into it.
yeah. I'm at like 450 right now though, so I can't do it either anymore. I've adapted.
What the fuck happened? Did you use a guide last time?
I don't know. I might have. I can't remember.
You must have.
It was years ago.
You must have, because I'm playing this thing. I'm like, I'm not. Now, people may disagree with me. I'm not that bad at video games. That bad.
Well, the only one that's okay, never mind.
And I when I'm playing this game and I'm figuring it out and I'm not using a guide, it is taking some time.
Yeah, I was saying the only one that's the one that's laughing at you most is the other person. I would say is not that good.
Fuck you.
And yet plays the most.
Plays the most, yes.
I'm better than all of
Hey,
you.
you know what?
so
Fuck all
shut
you
the
guys.
fuck up.
I did not have video games in my house till I was 15. so
I didn't.
Fuck all you guys.
I didn't.
I was limited to an hour a day.
I think
At
I was
most.
like 11 or 12. I wasn't a kid when I had them. And besides, if you were a kid, you would be good at platformers. Like
Yeah, if you were a kid, you would be good at platformers.
we're not playing platformers,
And you
so it doesn't
sucked.
matter.
The only platformer game that we really had, the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Bounty Hunter
Fuck.
was just garbage anyway.
Bounty Hunter is the worst game outside of Armored Core, outside of
Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark.
I just think
Worst
there's an,
game ever.
I just think there's an era of video game he just does not like.
Yeah, the anything.
Shitty. The shitty era.
PlayStation 1.
That's not true. I love select PS1 game. Okay. I don't remember. I will pull out Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and if the controls are shitty in that game, then I will say, you know what, it's an era thing, and I'm just not used to this. But if those controls are still as silky smooth as they were as I remember them, then fuck Metal Gear Solid shitty controls.
Well, the problem is,
if a
is that
goddamn skateboarding game could be better at fucking motion controls,
it's a totally different game, though. It's not
I know
even.
it's a totally different type of game. But if I point in a certain direction, do you think my guy will steer that way?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
You'd think.
Yeah, I would think.
It's a. Yeah,
We'll
it's-
try it later. I want to play some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
I do too. We'd have to do some verses. Get those manuals going. Those 1,000,000-point combos.
What have you been playing, Craig?
I've been playing Persona 5, and I've been playing a little bit of Destiny 2, and I streamed about an hour of Final Fantasy 10. So yeah, that's it for me.
It was
So
painstaking.
just the first
actually,
cutscene of
and
10?
I played Vanquished, or Vanquish.
I didn't even know what it's fucking called. That's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Well, I guess we all know what we've been up to this week, but what has anyone beaten a game?
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Craig.
Oh, okay.
I beat
Ladies first.
Persona 5 and Vanquish.
Fucking piece of shit. This was my saving grace. This thing that I'm writing down right now was the thing that was going to allow me to pull ahead of Craig. And spoiler, I did not beat 6 games this week. So I did not pull ahead of Caleb Craig. I did, however.
How were you going to pull ahead with one game?
I thought I was going to beat at least 2, and I thought I was going to have a smooth Friday, but the program decided to shit the bed, and nothing worked at all, so I was very busy.
You could at least fit
Shit
three,
the bed is a
three normal games in the time it takes to play
uncommon
Persona.
expression. I've never heard that before.
Really?
I've heard it all the time.
Really?
They say it a lot in Silicon Valley, and I've been watching that lately.
This guy fucks.
Yeah.
That's also a common phrase.
This guy fucks.
I
And then
did.
He
This
totally,
guy. You better watch out for this guy. This guy fucks.
And he totally fucks, too.
He does, yeah.
Love it.
I beat Grand Theft Auto 5 this week, so
Nice.
I got to the ending. I chose the loyalty ending, so yeah.
So there's
doesn't mean-
multiple endings.
Yeah, there are 3 at least.
Mm.
So, and I did the one that I preferred. So it's cool. It's got a good ending. I don't know. There were a lot of people who were bitching about the ending of that game, and I don't see why. People bitch about the end of Sopranos endlessly too, and I don't really see why either. It's like, are you mad that it went away, or are you mad at the ending itself? And I think the
I
answer
don't think
is
any ending would satify
no, it wouldn't
It's too
because
long
it's a
of a
great
series.
show.
unless he died.
Yeah,
Or
But he-
does he?
yeah.
Okay,
That's the point.
so Caleb Craig is ahead by 5 games.
You're a fucking asshole.
Jesus, dude.
You piece of shit. I hope you feel great right now.
I do. Thank you.
I just really hope you feel good.
Yeah. Hope you
Just really
feel.
hope you feel good about
Hope you
it.
feel
It's
good.
very kind of you, Schweiss.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do if I don't beat you this year? dude?
Yeah, all you have to do is play all those
I don't
fucking
know.
short
Well,
ass games.
kill yourself. I think that's the only logical option here.
That was
Wow.
that was the one goal that I wanted to accomplish, and you're fucking ruining that for me.
Jesus.
That was the
Christ.
one goal.
That's the most important one. Yeah, the other ones I put on there.
The other ones aren't as important. Paying off your house early isn't as important as
No.
beating
You already
That
did
one-
that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit 10,000 this year. That's nothing.
Jeez.
You are the target, Craig. You, nothing else.
All right. Shit. Do we have a question?
We do have a question from Pixel Edged. Yes. He says, what do you guys think of your followers? Do you see them as fans or extended friends or just listeners? Besides the show, have you made changes to your way of living just because you have people watching and listening to you and maybe even looking up to
Every
you?
move you take.
That's what he says.
The thought of someone
Wait.
looking up to.
Let's hear Cameron sing this.
No, we're good.
I heard some notes in there that I don't remember from the song. I think you said every move you take, which I don't think that's
The
the way
Stalker
to go.
song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every breath you take.
I know that's supposed to be a really beautiful song, but it's not. I can't listen to that song and not think that's totally a Stalker song.
It's a stalker song, and then
Yeah, that's
I
what
remember
that is.
listening to the song that Stephen Colbert made, making fun of that song.
Oh shit, that's the wrong effect.
Were you going demon voice?
I'll be watching you. No, it's not quite a demon voice. Unless you think this is scary.
A little bit, yeah.
Caleb, what do you think of this question?
I think it's a question.
I think you should.
I don't know. I'm not exactly a famous person, so I can't say that I can really consider anybody fans. But I mean,
So far-
I do think of the people that I play online with occasionally as friends. you know?
Extended Friends is a great example, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
But why?
Because we're friendly with them? I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not exactly an A-list celebrity that has
Nope.
1,000 fans. so,
Definitely not. Not quite 1,000 there.
No.
I would say that it's more of a acquaintanceship / friendship kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what percentage of people who actually listen to us we actually interact with on a regular
Not-
A
basis?
very
a very
small
high.
percentage.
So I guess extended friends to those who actually interact with us, and then I don't know,
Yeah.
people listen to us for the rest.
yeah. I mean, it's cool to have a community, and it's always awesome to have a community when you get into a game that you're not familiar with. Like Joe, his saving grace this week is me running into my workplace to grab my PSP for him to borrow.
Yep.
So that he can now have people give him help in Final Fantasy Tactics. Like,
What? That's not the reason.
yeah.
It is simply to stream for fun while I play this game.
It's awesome to have stuff like that. It's awesome to have a community so that when we started Final Fantasy 11, we had people start with us, and I think we become more friendly with those individuals because we talk to them for hours.
Well,
on
those are
end.
battle buddies. We went through some hell.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, I
your,
would call those people friends.
those are
people
the
who were
the
terrific
war
with
buddies.
us.
Yeah, we killed a lot of shit.
It just ranges. I never call anybody fans. That was something that early on with UFF I was uncomfortable doing. Still slips. I slip sometimes and call people fans, or our fans want to, blah, blah, blah.
Well, they're fans of the show.
Yeah, they're fans
So
of the
that's what
show.
matters.
And then I realized, like, I think I told Schweiss one day, at least I think this is how it went down. I think I told him, I was like, we should call them listeners and not fans. And then the idea behind that was, at least for UFF, it was like they're fans of Final Fantasy and we're talking about them. I'm listening to a Metallica podcast right now, and they call their listeners fans, and it drives me nuts. Because I'm like, are they really fans of you, or are they fans of Metallica? And you
Do they
talking about it?
specify?
No, they just say our fans.
Oh, our
we got
fans.
our fan mail. I'm like, ooh, maybe. I mean, I find them funny. I wouldn't. But if I gave them mail, it's not because I'm like a fanatic.
You just want to hear their opinion about Metallica.
Yeah.
A particular question that hasn't been.
I just want to
hasn't
hear
come up.
someone talk about
I mean-
Metallica so that I have an excuse to go listen to more Metallica.
If you like
in
listening to
between
someone
episodes.
enough and like their opinion enough that you send them mail to hear what they have to say about what you sent them, I don't know. I guess it's leaning
It
more
is
towards
different for Nude Clan for me
Oh, yeah.
because we talk about video games for about 1/3 of the podcast, so they obviously want to listen to us,
Yeah.
or at least one of us.
Me
Maybe.
specifically.
They don't usually want to listen to me. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm
Well,
the
it's
least liked
the-
here.
Craig has the least to say, though. I would say, like, when we do getting fat, you just keeping up on your
Keeping up on
comics.
my comics.
Well, that's
Can you
because like
really?
every time we get fat, you're just like,
keeping
well,
up
yeah, I
on
do this
keeping
goal,
up.
and then I'll rant about some fresh meat and salads, and
Yeah, that's the point.
And then you go off on some
Have
political
ex-
subject
have
that shouldn't be in
experiences.
this fucking podcast. So I mean,
I haven't gone off on politics.
Sounds like you need to get a job.
When?
You and Joe both go off on politics
Uh,
all the time.
I said that Costco
All
is Whole
the
Foods
time.
scum that's straight
Okay,
out of
that's
California. That is
different.
it.
That is different.
And they are from Oregon, which is California too, as far as I can tell.
No.
California
There's
too?
California and then there's Portlandia. Two distinct, separate things.
Two distinct separate TV shows.
Yes, that suck.
one is more grassroots and hippie. The other one's just more liberal.
Yeah, but they both have expensive fucking eggs.
But are they fresh?
Oh, they're fresh. Yeah.
Are they? I hope they're fresh.
Fresh out of the chicken.
Yeah. I don't
Fresh
know about
enough. I don't care.
I like them soft shell eggs.
I like them cheap.
I like them to be so fresh they weren't even like shitted out of the chicken yet. Gotta cut open the chicken to get it out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'd only
That's
get like one egg
disgusting.
though. It'd be a
Soft
waste.
egg.
Yeah,
gross.
it would be a soft egg.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
Great.
Be easy to crack.
Yeah.
Now,
Would it be more of a pop?
it really depends.
Yeah.
It really just depends on the listener and how much interaction we've had with them, and
we
that's all.
we try not to be too. I mean, none of us, you could say, has a big head in the sense that we're really like, oh well, I have all these listeners, and I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not very prideful in that sense.
Yeah, none of us.
Well,
are like
that's
that.
because you got the Twitter of 1,000 listeners.
2,000 people. Yeah.
It's just like I'm. Whenever I tweet, it's just to an empty room. Like the faces are there, but the lights aren't
It's
on.
like you're playing a game of Guess Who. There's just like a bunch of little like plastic faces looking at you.
That's what it is. So, yeah.
Hello.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. Is that
Yeah.
our only question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was something else. I've been trying to go on the forums more recently.
Which, by the way, snoodclan.net. You can click on the forums, join us there, ask a question. We'll try to answer it one of these weeks. You can also tweet me at Joseph Vigolier.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Dude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
You can go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast. It's nude spelled N-E-W-D. If you want to see me play Metal Gear Solid, if you want to see the other guys play whatever games that they're playing, then you can go to twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming. And you can also see us do the episodes live most weeks here every Sunday for now. That's what the
Sunday for
schedule
now.
is. And also check out our other podcasts, Godzilla Podcast, Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. And there's some other podcast in the works somewhere, I heard, in secret. Is it actually still in secret?
No, actually, I was going to announce it today.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so we are officially announcing the Dragon Quest podcast called
The worst,
the Puff
worst
Puff
kept
Hour.
secret of all time.
Yes, it is actually happening. We've submitted it to iTunes, so it should be out hopefully by Wednesday-ish.
Okay. The Puff Puff Hour.
The Puff Puff Hour, yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Joseph and I have decided to not be part of this.
Joseph.
This isn't going to be our child like Ultima was. This is
This is the bastard.
we'll be the godfathers of
The
this, yeah.
Godfather, okay.
I think that's our place.
Yeah, you come to me with a show idea.
That is the worst Godfather impersonation ever.
I'm just trying to go for raspy
No, I think the one you
Italian.
just did was the worst ever.
I was doing an impersonation of his impersonation.
I'm trying to like do the one in the Men in Tights, where you come to me.
Monetana.
Yeah, that one.
What have I ever done to make you?
I can't fucking remember the line anymore. God damn it.
He'll be dead. D-E-D, dead.
What is Beverly dead?
That's a fucking wrong movie. That's
Yeah,
Untouchables.
Untouchables. Which I don't think you've seen.
No, I haven't.
It's a sweet movie.
It's
I
pretty
know, I
good.
need to
It's
see
got Sean Connery as a guy from Chicago.
Yeah, it's the
And
Chicago way.
just he just talks the way that he talks. So it's a Scottish guy from Chicago.
Yeah, it's awesome.
At least he's
They
not
bring a
a
knife, you'll bring a gun.
That's the Chicago
That's the
way.
Chicago way.
at least he's not a Scottish guy pretending to be a Spaniard who's actually Egyptian.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a fuck. He just comes as a
Yeah,
Scot.
yeah. What is the Scotland land you're talking about?
What is haggis?
What is Scottish?
Yeah, that line, and then there's another line on the roof where he pushes some guy off, and that line made me laugh.
I can't remember what that part.
I can't either, but it's what's his face, the other dude in the movie. It's Costner. Oh my god, he's the way he delivers the line after he shoves someone off the roof. I just laugh at it. I'm like, that is awful. Like Jesus.
But the movie's still awesome.
Yeah, it
the
is.
movie doesn't. It doesn't matter how all the little parts you can make fun of in the Untouchables. It is still a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Really solid.
This is the Nude Clan Movie Podcast, where we talk about movies we don't remember very well.
Yeah.
No, we just get distracted real easy. That's all.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Who?
Fresh meat.
Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
All I've been thinking about this week is Metallica, guys. I'm going fucking crazy over Metallica again. I know you guys think I don't take breaks, but I do. There's breaks where I'm listening to some Megadeth.
I was gonna say you go back to Megadeth to Metallica back to Megadeth. It's back.
That
and forth.
is it, dude. I tried listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and I'm like, this is reminding me of Metallica. Oh, I gotta listen to Metallica right now. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I haven't been like this since I was like 16 and Death Magnetic came out.
What's your most listened to album?
Album of Metallica's. Ooh.
Yeah.
And Justice for All, probably. So my sister gave me the Black Album once because I was starting to listen to rock, and I
And
would
little did
listen
you
to
know.
Loveline secretly at night, and then the hour before Loveline, there's K Bear 101 has mandatory Metallica, so I would catch some Metallica, and I started to really like it. And then my sister had the Black Album from when she was a teenager and actually listened to decent music. And then she handed me that. And then I would listen to the Black Album over and over again. And then I was going on a trip, and my dad bought me Injustice for All. And then it was Injustice for All forever. And I still listen to Injustice for All about once a week. So
For me, I remember being in like preschool, and I'd go to sleep on my sister's bed while she was listening to Metallica and doing her homework. And so, from a young age, Metallica was a big part.
there you go. There you go. Metallica is God. I mean, yeah, pretty much, though.
Wait, so
What do you
how
think of
old were
Metallica,
you?
Caleb Craig?
I like Metallica.
Welcome to Nude Clan, the ultimate Metallica podcast.
How old were you when you started listening to him, though?
Fuck
How
recording
old
this
were you?
podcast. I'm going to let's listen to some Metallica instead, guys.
Instead of
We're probably
Let's all put on the headphones, listen to some Metallica, talk about it.
the listeners probably get more satisfaction out of that than what's planned. So
says the guy who's gonna have to plan 6 episodes in a
Oh
row.
no! I told you guys it's gonna be done.
We'll see,
Yeah.
man. We'll
It's gonna
see.
be done.
I started listening to Metallica probably around 12 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I was around 11, 10 or
Yeah.
11-ish
Yeah.
when I first moved to Springville.
I was listening to a lot of rap in middle school, and then I got into Linkin Park,
Oh no.
and then Linkin Park into Metallica.
Okay. At
And
least
then
it
I
could have taken
left
a
Linkin
turn
Park
for the worse.
behind.
It could have taken a turn for
Linkin
the
Park
worse.
was gone from then on. It's just done.
Yeah.
I liked the heavy guitars, and then I picked up guitar, and now I am obsessed with Metallica. Still, still obsessed with Metallica. I don't know if it'll ever go away. I don't know if it ever go away. If I'll ever just be like, oh yeah, I like Metallica. Instead, I'm like Metallica.
I did get
like,
sick
there's no,
of them.
there's no
Probably
in
when
between.
you're deaf.
I did get
Yeah,
sick of
probably
them for a while.
once Metallica has destroyed my hearing enough.
You know what's really funny though? I was talking to a guy who had to have 2 hearing aids, right? But his hearing aids were Bluetooth compatible.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so you have that to look forward to in your old age.
Yeah, I did go through a stage where I couldn't stand hearing them on the radio. It's because the only song I would ever hear was "Day That Never Comes," and it was like every 5 minutes.
No,
just
so
hear
that's the problem with listening to the radio though. They never play anything original. It's always like the same 5
And
songs
they just
over
play
and over.
singles, man. That's all they do.
So I got really sick of Metallica at that time because I'm like, yeah, it's a great song, but Jesus, they have so many other songs that are a million times better.
Yeah.
And fuck that.
So the Metallica podcast I started listening to, I picked up Alpha Metallica off of Twitter one day randomly, and then he talked about another Metallica podcast called Metal Up Your Podcast, and now I'm listening to those, going through their backlog, and it is a problem because I'm not listening to the books I've been trying to listen to. I'm not doing anything. It's just Metallica 24/7 when I'm on my job. I even put down Megadeth. I put down Megadeth for Metallica. Again, I got re-obsessed during Hardwired to Self-Destruct coming out. Now I got a little like 2-month break, and now Metallica's back, especially after that concert too. So
Yeah, I don't listen to much music right now at work, but when I do, it is always Metallica. And it's usually always like one master and anything really fucking fast. I don't know. That's
I
about it.
mean, I try to have a variety of music when I'm at work, but nothing hits like metal hits. I don't know what it is. It's just metal's where it's at. But every now and then I have to listen to the playlist I put together for Caleb. Called it Caleb Goes on an Adventure.
Oh yeah, you changed it from the sexy
what are you
time.
talking about?
Just music, man. And sometimes it's Funky Friday, but nothing beats metal.
Funky Fridays with Cameron.
Funky Friday, man. Like don't diss on Funky Friday until you have a Funky Friday.
Is that Lindsay Lohan?
No.
Okay.
That's Freaky Friday.
I like how Jake.
Although the movie would
Jake in the
probably be a
background
lot
pipes
better
in
if it
with
was
that.
Funky Friday.
Funky Friday.
Yeah, instead of Lindsay Lohan, they got that one. Oh shit, what's that chick's name? The one who was in Moonlight.
In Moonlight.
Yeah, the
What-
chick that
Oh.
she's a singer and she's like
Yeah.
extremely hot. I can't
Oh,
remember her
Janelle
name.
Monáe. or
Yeah,
whatever.
Janelle Monáe is the main character instead of Lindsay Lohan. Dude, I would see that back to
As a
back.
teenage girl.
No, as like an older person and like
Oh,
they're
she the
one.
mom?
Yeah, she's the mom.
Oh, okay. All right.
And like the daughter has to like realize that her mom's way hotter than she is, and like she loves being in her body, but then she has to take it. back.
That reminds me a would you rather question that I posed a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if your girlfriend and your mom switch bodies,
Oh yeah.
and you had to have sex with one of them to get them to switch back, who would it be with? Your girlfriend in her mom's body, or your mom in your girlfriend's body?
Your mom's body?
So no, not your mom, your girlfriend's mom.
Oh, okay. Shit.
What would you rather? Your girlfriend and your mom and her mom's body.
thought
This might be the only chance to satisfy that curiosity, but then your girlfriend will always know.
Oh, I don't want to satisfy that fucking curiosity. That doesn't exist.
And then her mom.
I would have sex with my girlfriend again in her mom's body. I definitely would do that.
You'd bang the mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's his
Because
girlfriend.
then I don't have to have that awkwardness with the mother.
But you banged. Okay, that's true. The mom wouldn't know. I mean, she
yeah,
would
but your
know.
but your girlfriend would
she
know
wouldn't
that you've banged her.
know.
But your girlfriend will forever know that you banged her mom.
No, I banged her through her mom.
Yeah. Bangception. That is all.
But she knows though that you've done that, and that might be on your mind now for forever.
Fuck this stupid thing.
Well, now, see, I'm getting curious. Is it like what is it that causes the switch back?
I
Their
don't know.
sentience. when-
Is it just like
Magic?
is it just
Duh.
the insertion, or do you have to like complete?
I hope.
you
the,
gotta
uh,
finish the job.
In your case,
Does
Caleb, I hope
she
it's
have
not.
to finish?
Yeah, Caleb. I was gonna say.
How much
Because
work?
then Joe will never get him to switch
how
back.
much
I was gonna say.
That's true.
I was gonna
How
say.
much work do you have to put in here?
In your case, I hope to God it's not her orgasm because it's not happening.
It's gonna take a while.
Oh wow. I guess it would have to be. No, I don't know. I don't know the.
Well, tell us the mechanics. The
Well,
science
I'm not
behind
sure
this.
how much is like in your head with that kind of stuff. So I honestly, I'm not even sure. I don't know.
Huh? Okay. Okay.
Let us know what you think on the forum.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What are we talking about today?
All right, so today we're going to be talking about cross-platform play, and so basically it's like the connectivity between like the Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch that's coming out. You know, playing games on different consoles, but being able to play the same game together. And Microsoft said that they were going to try and do this at last year's E3. And Sony seemed like they were gonna like go all for it, and they've announced that they were gonna do it for Minecraft and Rocket League.
Minecraft.
Yeah, and so, but then afterwards, Sony has kind of been iffy about the whole thing. They said that they have a contract with their players and who go online with them, and they want to look after them within the PlayStation curated universe, and exposing to what in many cases are children to external influences that they have no ability to manage or look after is something they don't really want to.
So they don't trust Microsoft.
That's basically what it sounds like.
I don't either,
and,
but-
and the like that kind of argument would be okay if Nintendo, the family-based company, hadn't just gone right in there with it, because like they're going with it, and they already set up with like Minecraft and Rocket League on the Switch, and Xbox both have the cross-platform play right now.
Well, what game is even on Wii U or Switch that you would play? Is Rocket League on there?
Yeah, Rocket League and Minecraft are both they're the first two that are right now. It's still a new thing. That's
No, I know.
that's-
So is the Switch, and so is its ability to handle games that are being released in this last 5 years.
well, yeah,
half
but
decade.
it's also along with like the PC as well. So it's just like it's not just limited to those three things. Like it could just be between like PlayStation and Xbox, or it could be Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. It could be like whatever combination of things depending on.
I think they should keep the PC
One-
stuff separate for most games.
One big thing that we have to consider is who's going to manage the server that hosts online play. If it's cross-play, which currently right now the consoles will kind of help manage the servers for online play. Then the game platforms themselves have their own servers that they manage too. So when they go cross-platform, I guess they could just merge the two different servers that they have for PS4 and Xbox. And I'm just thinking like for a Battlefield 1 situation.
Alistair says, what argument is there for not having cross-platform play if it was available?
Competition.
That's really the only thing, because
And that's probably the real reason why Sony
Yeah.
doesn't want to join up.
But that's leaving them out in the cold then, because then you can still like everybody else ganging up on them with cross-platform play is an incentive to just buy one of those other consoles.
Well, I
You know,
suppose, but
I
Sony's already destroying everything else.
I'm trying
it
to
is
think
destroying
of where
everything else, but the
cross-platform
Switch
would be
is
detrimental,
gaining
though.
on them really quickly.
But it's not because of
Nintendo.
cross-platform.
It's not because of
it's gonna
cross-platform. It's because it's a Nintendo thing. But like, it's still with like cross-platform. It's another incentive.
The
to
only
buy
thing that I
the
see
console.
that allowing cross-platform to happen, it allows people to choose which console they enjoy the most and still
and
play
they're
with their
only
friends.
going to stick with one.
And then,
console.
a lot of times people are influenced into a console just because that's the console their friends are on. What if
Right.
they normally want to play this on this other one, but they're like, oh, well, then I'm only going to get to do that one
yeah,
thing.
my
that I
friends
want.
are all playing Destiny on
Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have an Xbox, so either I get that PS4, which is what Sony wants to happen, or I don't get to play with my
Or
friends.
think of it this way. Think
It
of
absolutely makes sense. I wouldn't.
You don't
do
have a console
cross-platform.
yet.
If I was a company, I don't think I would do.
Let's say you're influencing someone
Cross-platform.
trying to purchase a console. They don't have one yet. Oh, I would really like to go with this console, but all my friends are on Xbox, so I'm going to go with Xbox just so I can
Well-
play with them. And so Instead, if cross-platform is available, then yeah, I'm gonna go fucking get my PlayStation 4 and then play the games I want to play with my friends online. That's still fine. I think that way, I think it opens up to people to buy the console they really want.
Well, it also demands that you increase the quality of the exclusive games that you have for your console.
Yeah,
Which Xbox is way behind on, which is why they're doing this, is because they need something that would boost them up to have player base.
I would say this is kind of a similar situation as like a work from home model for employers. The work from home model isn't good for the employers, it's good for the employee. The cross-platform capability isn't good for Sony or Microsoft necessarily. It'll benefit Microsoft more because they're in the shitter right now because they've won all but like given up on the Xbox as far as I'm fucking concerned.
I wouldn't want to work from home unless I had like my own separate office for that.
I would, but I think it doesn't benefit the employer at all. It doesn't give them any sort of incentive, but it does give you the benefit of having that option to just wake up and start working, right? There's no benefit for the people you work for necessarily.
And to
because you can't-
play video games and check
Exactly.
back on work and then
Yeah.
play more video games.
What?
There's no
No
problem
one
with
ever
that.
does that.
But I would say that it could be seen as a bad idea from Sony's point of view because Xbox is so gimpy right now. Yeah, they have the One X and it's great and that's awesome, but they've already all but outed their Xbox as far as I'm concerned. I mean, earlier in the year we had, maybe even last year, I can't remember. It was at some point they said they were bringing all of the games to PC. They were like, oh, you could play your games on the go, which I was like, who's going to have like a fucking high-powered
They're
PC
just looking, they're
on the go?
looking for ways to kill the Xbox.
They're looking
man.
for ways out. They're like, you can now play all these Xbox exclusives on your PC. Don't buy an Xbox is what that says to me, and I fucking haven't because they did that. This is the only thing that I see this benefiting is Microsoft staying in the game a little longer. I don't see it necessarily helping out Sony people. I don't know. I mean, it would be good for us. Like, we would be able to play with more people. So as a consumer, it would be beneficial on almost every level, unless there were server problems or anything along those lines. But that's all speculative. But I don't think from Sony's perspective, I don't think it helps them. And I think they're taking the high ground because they know they have a better product. And they don't need to cross-platform with the inferior, lesser beings at Microsoft. So I wish they would, but I don't think they need to.
Well, then that's a poor excuse that they use. Then is basically
Yeah, it
what,
is a poor excuse.
what seems like an attack on the player base of both Microsoft and even Nintendo.
I think
because
that's taking it
Nintendo
a
has
little
jumped
far.
in there. Yeah, so
Calling that an attack is taking that a little too far. I wouldn't call it an attack at all.
It's funny though
It's
because
a strategic move.
they were all for
I
it at
don't
one point
call
though.
that-
That's
well,
the
yeah,
weird
that's
part.
they were all for it. They were
And
like,
then
yeah,
everyone
well,
else started getting
They were
serious.
for
and
it.
like,
Wait, they were for it during the PS3, right?
No,
No, this was last year
Or
when they
was
said
this
that they
only
were
last
okay with
year?
it. Yeah, and then
Wow.
within a span of like a few months, they were like, okay,
I
no,
do
it's
wonder.
not
I
happening.
wonder what the talks were all about.
It's
Like, what are they
Sony
talking
turning
about?
into the desperate kid who wants some action into a fuckboy. He was the nice boy into fuckboy now. He was begging for it at first, but now everyone like wants to get a piece of him. He's like,
Well,
yeah.
if enough people want it, then eventually it'll probably happen. It's
Everyone
like,
still wants to fuck
It's
him
like
now.
iTunes. Everybody wanted iTunes on Windows for forever, and it wasn't on there. And like that was a huge deal. Is that Apple was like, no, you're not going to have iTunes. It's a Mac only thing. And then eventually it becomes cross-platform, as it were.
And then they make like a fuckload more money.
For that specific, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's different though. That's a
but
program
it
versus
would
their
also help
platform.
like the people who actually make the games though. Is like then there's no holding back for whatever console you have. You can just get the game and be able to play with your all
Not
your
having
friends.
cross-platform possibly incentivizes buying that platform.
Yeah, but is that ever enough? I mean, I didn't even buy Grand Theft Auto 5 is available on PS4, but I played it on the PS3 because I
It will
already
be
had
enough for some people. Enough people that Sony cares about it. Or doesn't want to sink a bunch of money into
That is
figuring out
true.
cross-platform.
Alistair says infrastructure-wise, he asked if the PS4 or the Xbox is inferior because people call the PlayStation Network PlayStation not work because it goes down a lot more. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
not as much
guy
anymore though.
yeah, I'm talking about the the downtrodden expecting the one that's like doing really well to just hand out their a slice of their pie just because they're doing well.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's just like, well, you can't be doing that well without having some kickbacks to us.
kind of a thing. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, cross-platform, like we've said, I do think it does help. It would help all of us. I mean, I do have people who have Xboxes and they will not buy a PS4.
Well,
My old roommate, he's that way. But everyone he knows has a PS4, so he basically just plays by himself because he's fucking stubborn. And he's convinced that the Xbox is the way to go.
like if you could just do both. I mean, you can do that.
You
It's
can,
not-
yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
But I would argue that now that the Xbox doesn't have true exclusives anymore, I don't see a point.
Yeah, if you can just get it on PC.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
get a
like
PC and a
Xbox.
PS4.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Xbox is going really hardcore with their One X, and at that point, you might as well just buy a PC. So,
Yeah, I mean, how much is that thing? It's
I can't quite remember. If I want to look it up real fast.
a lot.
I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 500.
Well, it's not as bad as I was thinking.
Yeah, but you can make a pretty decent PC for $500.
Yeah, decent, but see, so this is where consoles differ from having a PC. Whereas a console, they can subsidize pricing because they can buy a whole bunch of parts from a part manufacturer for the graphics card, the CPU, all sorts of that. And all of that has been optimized toward playing video games. To where if you put $500 down on a console, it's going to look better playing a game than putting $500 down on a PC playing the same game.
Yeah, potentially. I mean,
You're going to have your locked frame rates, of course, yes, but you're going to have games that have been optimized to play on that hardware, whereas with a PC, you're going to have to drop a little more to get that extra horsepower out of a PC. So price-wise, if you don't want to, that $500 is still kind of a gateway price where you could go PC or you could stay on a console to where you know all the issues are going to be ironed out.
It's funny hearing $500 for a PC when we were kids. It was $2,000 for a PC
And $500 for a PC
for like an okay one.
yeah,
Is
500
gonna be
would get
okay.
you one that could.
I mean,
play
500
most
right
things
now
just
is still
fine.
going to be okay, but it's not going to be as good as getting an Xbox One X, in my opinion. You might have better frame rates, but those good AAA title games that are coming out, you're not going to enjoy as much as you would on a console because the console has been optimized to play that game.
It has, but I mean, a lot of it comes down to the studio's ability to optimize to that console. I mean, we look at the PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9 were both released on it. 9 looks infinitely better than 7 does because they optimized that one later. So, like, that is fair, but I mean, how much extra are we really going to get out of the Xbox One X? I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually tried it, so I can't say for certain, but honestly, there's almost no reason, almost no drive for me to buy.
The only reason I got a PlayStation over an Xbox is because I like Final Fantasy.
There you go.
It was product specific.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
not-
because
I'm not
they had that.
I'm not. I have to get the PlayStation.
You know-
because PlayStation is my platform. I don't
Well,
give a shit. I
yeah.
like. There are more games on the PlayStation that I would prefer than the Xbox.
And
Well,
you know
that's
what?
exactly why the cross-platform
But
thing
if I
like,
wanted
is
to
fine
play-
because like you'd have to get like the better exclusive games in order to like get them to buy your thing.
But see, now there's
That's
no.
what it's always been about. It's never been about specifically how powerful your thing is. It's about what games you can fucking play. And when fucking Xbox only has Halo and Fable, and it's the only two things that they have compared
Don't have
to like
Fable anymore. but
yeah, or they
not
don't have
really.
Fable anymore. I mean, like that's like the only couple things that they have compared to like God of War and Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter and like thousands of like individual games that people love. Then PlayStation will always win. I mean, that's the thing. You have to have a better
Yeah, and I mean,
library in order to people.
that's
to
why
buy
the
your
Wii.
console.
That's why the Wii beat the 360 and the PS3. They blow the Wii out of the fucking water as far as graphics and ability
Well, yeah,
goes.
because the Wii is just another GameCube with
Yeah.
motion controls.
It
Like,
is.
That's all it is.
but it had
That's-
more appeal, so it won.
Yeah,
it had more
has
mass
the
appeal,
gimmick,
at least.
and then it has the Nintendo brand of like games. That's why
And
Nintendo has survived.
I would say
so
that the
long.
one thing that the one of the biggest things that Microsoft has ever had for them, that the Xbox has ever had on its systems is Halo, and
Yep.
Halo's all but dead now. Like it's being produced by Microsoft. The games have gone downhill. It's not
Games
not
aren't
Bungie.
selling as well as
They're not
used to.
selling as well because nobody fucking cares anymore. Plus, now I don't have to get an Xbox One to play Halo. I can play it on my fucking computer. So why would I buy one? There's like no incentive for me. I mean, yeah, the computer does cost a
So-
little more, but you can make it
Another thing,
worlds better.
Another thing that you have to take in consideration now is that 4K gaming is becoming a thing. Now, the new Xbox coming out, PS4 Pro, they all support 4K gaming, and certain games
Yeah,
support
it's
that
not
with
true
them.
4K, but
Not
yeah.
true 4K. But to get the same experience out of a PC, you still have to pay a little more. Will the experience be better because you pay a little more? Yes, it will be. But it's just the amount of how much you're wanting to drop on your gaming experience.
Yeah, I bought this computer like a year before the PS4 came out, and it still looks infinitely better than the PS4. Like if I look at Battlefield 1 on PC or Battlefield 4 on my PC versus my PS4, it looks like ass.
Yeah.
On the PS4, it
Yeah.
looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I can
I agree.
zoom in and see like blades of grass moving and stuff. On the PS4, it's just like a color.
But
it's a
I
color
wonder
palette.
how much more the PS4
nothing.
Pro is going to get you for that.
I don't know. I think the PS4 Pro. I know the Xbox One X is better than my computer.
Right.
That much I know because I looked at the specs.
And so let's think of this again. Right now, personally, for $500, if that's what I wanted to spend, I'd probably lean towards it. If I wanted an Xbox, I'd probably get that One X. For the price, I'm getting a lot of power, graphics-wise as well. Not quite as good as a high-end PC, but I'm not, paying as much money as I would for a high-end PC.
That's true. I mean, a lot of the stuff with PC though is like a one-time thing. Like I don't need to buy another monitor. I don't need to buy another keyboard.
Well,
I don't
if you
need
want
to
a
buy
4K
another
gaming.
mouse. I do, yeah, but I don't know. So
That is a new monitor back there.
that is a TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it is not new. I bought it from Costco a long time ago. Before they spurned me with their egg
Did
prices.
you get it in bulk? You have multiple.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have
Okay,
it was a 10-pack. It's a great deal.
10-pack for like $100.
Yeah, I thought it was a great deal at the time, but then I found out the Sam's Club had it for way less. So there's that.
For 75.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got one of those organic TVs?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Free range, non-GMO.
Yeah, non-GMO television. I saw it ranging actually.
Welcome to
and
our
I
organic
picked it
gaming
out specifically.
podcast.
Okay.
I was like, I want that group of 10 televisions
Yeah.
in that pasture.
Having cross-platform would be good for both the consumer and for the companies that are making games
Yeah,
on
making the
multiple
games.
systems.
For the companies making games, that would be best for
Yeah,
them.
And
the
so
publishers
that is a
and the
place
developers.
where Sony is probably going to be incentivized. But that's they really don't have it. They have to spend a bunch of money to get that shit working. I'm sure they don't want to do that.
I don't think they do because
I
so
think
here's
they
the
probably
thing.
do.
So here's another thing that I found out. So a couple weeks
They have
ago,
to hire someone to.
a couple
put
weeks
that
ago,
shit in.
the game Fortnite actually had cross-platform play. It actually did it on accident, is what they claimed. But for like an entire day, they had cross-platform play between the Xbox and the PlayStation.
And who won?
I don't know, but like they had, and it was confirmed by the company saying that it was an accident and that Sony was, and it kind of seemed like Sony was pissed off by this, but like that means that it happened and that they can do it whenever, just from the people who run the servers. So I don't know exactly what that entails, but that just seems like it really seem like it's a lot of extra work for anybody.
Yeah.
It just seems like it because it was a thing from the people who run the Fortnite game. That was them doing it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I don't know.
I mean, so if it's a thing of the servers, then like I don't understand why Sony wouldn't want to just do it because they're already in the lead. They already have a lead over the Xbox, and doing this means absolutely nothing to them other than just adding to their popularity. So them just turning it down is kind of like a lot of people are kind of getting mad at Sony for not doing it because they have every reason to basically just go ahead with it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I do hope they kind of steer towards it, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are a, multi-billion-dollar company, and they know what's better for them than we do. That's the whole problem with us even talking about something like this is like, you say it should be easy because some other game developer said it was easy, but the people who made Rocket League are not the people who made the PlayStation. They are a very, very different group of individuals, and who knows what goes into it. I do agree though that a lot of the servers and stuff like that are studio specific. I mean, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came
usually
out,
they run their own thing.
Rockstar ran it. It wasn't PSN. Now the problem is that Rockstar, people logging in through PSN, fucking ruined it. I believe for either 4 or 5. There were like huge login problems from PSN because of how big the game was, which is stupid. But the servers, they're all handled in house generally. So I guess I could see it being beneficial that way. But the one thing that I would have an issue with would be when it comes to cross-platform. I mean, it's fine to have a console to console kind of a thing, but if you're talking like a shooter on a PC and a shooter on a PS4 coming in, I don't think that would be very good.
They would have to choose which games connect to what, obviously. But I mean, having like Destiny being playable for both people on Xbox and PlayStation is a benefit for pretty much everybody, especially like Bungie.
Yeah, especially Bungie. I don't know. I think Xbox has a better online platform personally, so I don't think
it would also incentivize PlayStation to get better ones, to have a better online thing as well, because they're like competing with the Xbox like while it's going on.
They're competing now.
They're competing now.
It's not like they don't know what Xbox Live is, though. I
mean, I know, but still, I mean, they could still do it.
Maybe if they did cross-platform, they'd find out who truly does have the superior network. Maybe that's why they're afraid to do it.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're like,
Yeah, I don't know.
People who play on Xbox usually do much better because the network's just faster.
That is interesting. I don't know. Okay. Anybody have anything else to add, really?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice, but I can see why they wouldn't. It's just kind of crappy for the consumer.
Yeah, we should get fat.
Yeah, all right.
We do have a jingle.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, my
says
God.
Right there. You also got to open it with Windows Media Player because it'll autoplay.
What?
It's the first one.
Why does it not just play? What the fuck? Oh, it's a different file type. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we'll hear it. This is good radio here.
Fortunately, we're not on the radio.
Nope.
How's everything going in your life, Caleb Krager?
I am a little bit behind on my reading. I'm like halfway through the 24 books that I said I would do. I obviously failed my buying games thing. I have been keeping up on my comics. Been keeping up on that.
Keeping up on them, huh?
Why did you make the Tribune on that noise?
For the games.
Oh, well, we already did the Tribune.
You bitched at it and didn't say you were going to do it.
What are you talking about?
You never said you were going to play Final Fantasy X. We never came to a consensus.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think we did.
We did. It was 10-2.
Yeah, I have to play 10-2.
Why are you playing?
All three of you agreed to that.
Why are you playing 10 then?
To get to 10-2.
Oh, okay. So you're respecting the story?
Yeah, in a way.
As much as you can?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was confused as to why you were streaming 10 the other day. I was like, we never really... I don't think we resolved that, but I guess we did.
When are you going to be streaming? Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, those bits. Got the
Thanks.
noise on.
All right. What are you going to be
Love
streaming?
the 50 cents.
When are you going to be streaming?
When am I going to be streaming? I'm going to be trying to stream before I go to work for about an hour or two every day. So that'd be probably like from noon to 2.
Utah time.
Utah time, Mountain Standard Time.
Mountain Standard.
Yep.
That'll be nice. I'll have something to do for a couple hours at work.
Yeah, and mostly be streaming on Fridays though. Those are going to be big, long stream days for me.
All right. Are you going to work on just 10 right now?
Probably going to be working on a few things. You and I have
Fucking
a vote
asshole.
at the end of the day, or at the end of the episode.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the
At the end of the day, you're another day
Yep.
colder.
Yep. So I'll have to be working on whatever game wins that, and just keep it up on my King Hog.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keeping up on keeping up.
How about you, Cameron? How's everything
Is that
going
going to be your goal next year? Keeping up on keeping up? That's all you're going to say?
I don't even know
Fucking
what that would
asshole.
entail.
I've been really
so
keeping up.
yes,
I don't know what it entails.
That is
I
extremely
don't think-
vague, and I love it.
I don't think
so.
anyone knows what keeping up on my comics means either, because you've not really talked about what comics you're actively reading.
Or what keeping up
all
entails.
all the Batman ones, and keeping up means getting them as soon as they come out.
How many fucking Batman comics are there right now?
Well, let's see. There's
a
Batman.
billion?
Yeah, there's a few. There's Batman, Batman All Star. There's let's see, Detective Comics, and Justice League. I've been reading Super Sons, Saga, which isn't a Batman thing, but it's another thing that I've been reading.
Sega.
But are you keeping up on it though?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, I'm reading them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta read them all. Would you call comics reading too much? Oh, okay. Well, we've had that conversation before.
Well, I don't know. we
Wait,
call
what?
listening reading, so
Oh,
why
fuck
not?
you. Fuck.
One of them is actually is like
How
discerning
many
words.
how many comics do till I can count it as a book?
I think, didn't we say, like, we said an omnibus, right?
No, I mean like a full book though.
It would have to be a lot, but it all depends because the books we have it broken down by pages because it's too broad, and comics we have as a single entity. So we'd have to like find out what size of book you're talking as like a regular book, and then we would then have to like
What's
divide
the
how many.
average size of a novel?
I don't know.
Oh,
A
you know what
novel
I
is like
heard?
a-
I heard from a lady the other day on a podcast. She had written a graphic novel. I don't know how long her graphic novel is, but she said they were about 60 pages typed up. So we could say that for a graphic novel / omnibus, 60 pages worth of
is one book.
a video, a book. Yeah, that's how much they have to write before the art is done. So they write what's in the panels, and then they write.
So it's a
the
60-page book
dialogue.
then.
Yeah, 60-page book, sort of.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of those words become images, but yeah,
I guess we could figure it out.
that's what I heard anyway. Cameron,
I am currently on track with my reading.
nice.
Shortly to not be on track because I haven't yet picked my second book for this month.
Okay.
I have the credit ready to go. I just have to go listen to it, but I don't know. I'm just in a reading slump. I've
A
just been
listening
sure?
reading slump.
I just need to listen to some music every now and then. So,
I need to listen to Metallica.
and then for my saving goal, I think I might need to expand it
Oh.
because in about 3 months time, I'm going to have exactly what I wanted to save at the beginning of the year.
Nice.
Well, 3 months time, you're gonna have 7 days left of the year.
So I can just like fucking. Oh, only 3 months time? Is it really? 'Kay.
Yeah. So
Actually,
that
yeah.
you will make it. So don't be expanding if you're gonna be there. in
Maybe I
3
just need to
months.
drastically save some more so I can expand it.
Are you drastically saving?
I'm just living. So right now I am living like I only have a few dollars left every
You're
day.
living below your means?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Every day I have a mentality that I only have a few dollars left, and it's great.
I do that, but I just spend the $2 anyway. I'm like, fuck it. I know I have more.
But
I'm just
I
lying.
generally end each paycheck well into the triple digits. So
The like $1 and triple digits. Okay.
yeah.
You're well into 100.
So this last
Yeah.
paycheck.
It's 150.
This is not counting what I already have in savings. My last paycheck. But this is my pay until I got paid again. I still had $600 left.
Nice.
So it's quite nice.
Yeah, I'm able to put away about $400 to $600 depending on the paycheck. That's all I can do right now.
I was looking, since I saved so much money, like, maybe like next spring should take a trip to Japan to see what it's like. And I found tickets, round trip tickets for like $470.
That's all your money. 400 for a round trip, really?
Yeah.
God, I couldn't find anything that was like less than 1,300.
I know. I was surprised.
Wow.
But it was through China East Air.
Oh, jeez.
Gonna go down.
Why is everyone just
That
like
sounds
Well, I
questionable.
mean, if you're comfy flying in an old school plane, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
He's
through,
gotta twist it.
it was through Malaysia Airlines, the guys.
Oh yeah, great.
Oh.
I would hope that the plane's not made in Malaysia.
Why are you guys all so down on other countries? What is this?
It's just
What is this?
We're all about the American-made stuff. Can't get-
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
when it comes to airplanes, yeah.
Comes to cars, though. No.
No,
Unless you're Dylan with his Charger.
no, it's just
Fucking bastard. It's like, look at my dick, guys. And it's funny because we were like, oh, this
well,
is
your
kinda
car
cool.
is newer than his.
Yeah, but he's got a Charger. Who cares if mine's newer? Mine can't go 160.
You could have got a Charger.
His
You just
160
went with
is
the newer
where
Honda.
his 160 is where like my
His-
80 is.
Yeah,
on the
but
fucking
but remember,
speedometer.
but remember, his is also leaking gas from somewhere. So
That is true.
There's
It
a
is.
strong fuel smell whenever he pulls up.
I cannot fathom how Dylan can afford a car. I just can't.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially a Charger. That's hog, man. We should have car hog. That's what we should have. I like.
You
want
want to play this game?
I don't like that idea at all.
You want to play this game?
Cam goes and buys a super new ass nice car.
I don't like that idea at all.
Cameron just buy it.
You know how far I can go.
Like I remember back in the day when you told me you liked Vipers, and
I was on the
found
fence
one.
about Vipers.
A Window Viper.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That was a throwaway comment for you to keep going,
Okay.
and for the attuned
I'm on the
listener
fence
to hear it.
about Vipers. On
Yeah.
the fence.
I love them.
I don't know.
How much? It was 2,000, right?
Yeah, it was my goal. 2,000 saved by the end of the year.
I got 1,400 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're also not paying for your own phone bill. You're not paying for gas. You're not paying for rent.
True.
You're not. So
No, I am paying a very small amount for rent.
So let's take a step back. I am
$200 bucks a
paying-
month for rent.
I am paying probably around $700 just in living expenses and plus utilities. And so if I had $700 I could just throw away every month just to save, oh yeah, I'd be on your fucking level. So come back to me when you've grown up. Have some grown up expenses. He's graduated college, so I can't say that.
Yeah, but there were no
But
expenses.
his parents paid for it.
My parents paid for
Half of it.
my parents paid for the tuition, not the living expenses while I was down here paying rent. Thank you.
Man. I just
Thanks, asshole. Yeah.
you're just like, oh well, I have this much saved. Well, yeah, that's why
I'm
you
just
fucking
saying,
do.
you make way more money than me, though, Cameron.
It's true, but
The
Cameron.
gap between me and you is way more than $700.
I don't know about that now.
I'm
You
pretty
make commission.
It's not that much now. It was a lot when
No.
you weren't working, sure, but
All I'm saying is, if I could live with my mom and dad, then I'd be saving a lot more too.
Sure. They didn't want me living there. I told them I'm gonna. There's a few things I'm saving up for right now. I have $1,400 worth of that right now.
Congratulations! I'm so happy.
And after I get those things, I'll be out. That's it.
Good.
So I have not yet moved my phone bill over. I was gonna do that and then forgot I was gonna do that. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, I'm paying my mom's phone bill. How about that for a turn of events?
Yeah, that's sad.
yeah, it is.
I know, but
I'm not.
Just no
I
more-
don't envy you.
no
at
more
all.
no
You're
more
right.
quizzical looks when you're like, well, I have 1,400 saved. I don't know what you're doing.
How's your mom doing in Italy? by
Oh,
the
she's
way?
enjoying it. I bet you guys have been keeping up on Facebook.
I
haven't
have,
you?
yeah.
So
There was a good
yeah.
shot of her. I told Joe there was a good shot of his mom's tits, and he was like, "What?" I was like, "No, not like out, but like just like you could see
You
him."
can't just say that, dude.
That's what he said. I was like, "God, what do you? Why would that be on Facebook? Like, where did you think I was coming
Well,
from
she
with this
is-
fucking thing?
Yeah, I don't know. She's a little hippy dippy out there.
What, are you
sometimes.
partying? The fuck? No,
It's Italy, man.
it's a shirt, but
Those
you can
nude
see
beaches,
him.
right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are, but no,
Alright.
just no.
My grandpa
No?
got in a
I
car
say
accident
yes.
going to one.
Just yes.
He got in a car accident going
Yeah,
to
a
one.
bike accident.
Aye.
So like there was no sympathy from the grandma.
That was a real cock block there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the old head wound.
What? She's just traveling around and wasting money.
Yeah.
She get she's in a hostel right now or something.
She's living. It's like Airbnb, something like that. There's some
Yeah.
people there who have a place, and then they also make a living off of showing people around and stuff like that. So
So they're tour guides.
basically, in like a very new age sense, to where it's not an official tour guide. It's just someone with their own Instagram page saying, "Hey, come live at this place."
Nice.
So yeah.
The world is descending into chaos.
Or is it becoming more streamlined and capitalist?
Probably not in France, but at least in that aspect, sure. Didn't they just barely ban something?
Not if we only have to go through the Google and Facebook filter
Ugh.
of Big Brother,
Yes, Big Brother.
Big Google.
Big scary.
Yeah,
Skynet.
I prefer El Goog. They're still here.
Goog.
Yeah. It's everything on Google, like it's Google Mirror is what it is. It's just everything backwards. I can trust it though. I can see it. I can tell when it's lying to me. So. Yeah.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I had my goal at the beginning of the year to do 7K down, or not down, but 7K worth of principal on my house. I'm at like 8,200 right now, and I think I'm gonna try to go for 10,000. So, yeah, I'm not that far away. As long as I keep pumping in the extra that I have been pumping in, I should be fine. The diet's going pretty well. I am not as fat as I was, so that's good. I found out I can eat a lot of potato chips and stay on ketos, so that's cool. And fucking not doing the books, not meeting Caleb at the Hog, not doing the posts on the blog of mine.
Masturbating constantly.
Where's
though.
the fucking tribunal noise for you? You fuck.
He controls the noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be.
Sounds like you
fucking
should.
slamming that.
Sounds like
thing.
you should be bringing your own tablet in to do your own drops.
I know. We
Yeah.
should totally have that.
I have been working on an interesting idea for a post though. So I did one a little while ago that was the backlog, and now I want to do one that's the backlog 2.0. And what this will
Is it like backlog of gummies that you need to try?
Yeah, the backlog of everything in my life that I need. I know it's so there have been a couple cases where I have bought normally in like bulk packs and stuff like that. I've bought a game a second time. So like on Steam, I have a copy of Grand Theft Auto 4, but I also own Grand Theft Auto 4, and I think you've been borrowing it for the last half decade from me on PlayStation 3. And I beat the one on PS3, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's not technically on the backlog. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, I did buy it again on PC, so it sort of is on the backlog because I have a version of the game that I
But
haven't
you've already
completed.
beaten the game.
It's true, and I only bought it because it was like all of the expansions and for like $7 or something like that. And like I don't think they were that cheap without Grand Theft Auto 4, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy all of it because it's like dirt cheap. And I never played them, so I mean that was a giant waste, but I was gonna. And so I'm thinking about doing a true backlog where it's all games on all platforms that I haven't completed. So like if I have it twice, I play it twice because I bought it twice. And that's kind of the point of doing the backlog.
Insane.
Don't you think that's kind of the point though? Is to
No,
play
I'd
everything
sell
you bought?
whatever the physical copy is, play the digital copy, and then.
But I already beat the physical one is the problem.
Well, then
like,
just
what do you do then?
beat that game. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, dude, that's like.
I wouldn't count that in my backlog anymore.
it's
I
a
would
game
say
that you've
that's
beaten.
priority number one if you haven't beaten the game and you have 2 copies of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have that at all
'Kay.
anywhere because that's fucking retarded. But
Yes, it is.
yeah, so I'm thinking about writing that out. But honestly, it won't be that different. It'll just be a couple games that I have twice. So I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you really plugged that article real well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be that. It'll be kind of lame.
Well,
Don't read my blog.
It'll be bullshit, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
putting it up there because I have to.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I see something lame though on my blog. It buried because I always post the dates on my blog are bullshit. They go from when I think I made whatever it was because I put a bunch of creative shit on there, like my photography or my music and
Oh
shit.
shit.
And I put it in the order that that I made it that I can remember. So somewhere in 2011 or 12. There is I put my first screenplay that I wrote. I put it up online for people to laugh at. That's what I put. It's the worst written thing I've ever done. And no, actually I have a worse script.
Wait,
than
was that Salt Lake Story?
Salt Lake Story? Yeah.
Okay.
And it is on there and it is public. So have fun reading my awful screenplay I wrote at 19. So.
Yeah, because we all want to just read your awful screenplay.
Well, here's what it is for me, Cameron. I keep switching computers, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose shit.
Okay.
And so this is a good way to kind of have everything in one place.
So instead of just having things in one place on like my Google Drive, just throw it up on the forum.
No, I throw it up on your website, and then back up your website, or unless it's like financial information.
Yeah, then DM me that.
Anyway,
keep it
that's
secure.
on there. There's an Emmanuel song post I put up. People should have gotten the movies except for one guy I still need to send it to, who emailed me really late about his address. So when we set up Emmanuel Songs Indiegogo, we didn't have the reward stack. So even though people gave me a shitload of money, in some cases, I didn't get their address with it.
Oh, wow. That's
So I had to email everybody and be like,
So it doesn't, if they
"Hey."
just give you a bulk amount, it doesn't count.
Hey.
No, if they went for one of the higher tiers, the lower tiers didn't show up.
Oh, God. What
So,
the fuck?
Yeah, I blame that on Schweiss, 100%. Anyway, so I had to deal with that last week, or the week before last. Anyway, I've been doing really good. I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to the 220s. I've not been in the 220s since I was the weight I was when I wrote that fucking
you were
terrible
last
screenplay.
220?
I was, last time I was in my 220s, 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I'm the lightest I've been since 19. And I feel really good, actually. I like looking at myself in the mirror and being like, I'm still fat, but I am not as fat as I was before. And then I saw some old pictures of me, and I went online and I posted that after I saw my weight had dropped below the 230s. I was like, holy shit. And it dropped a lot. It dropped like 4 pounds. I was like 227 point something. As soon as I saw that, I was like, holy crap. And so I went online and I went to see, the week before's UFF episode where I was like 230 something. And then I found the episodes right before I went on my hike, in quotes. And I was like 300 pounds. There's a pretty big drop.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was looking at the photo you posted on Twitter, and I was like, Jesus, dude. It's like, God, you.
I laughed when I saw it.
Yeah. I was
Why'd
like,
you laugh?
You look like
It
a.
was funny.
You look like a dude that lives in the woods. Like it says a cabin. He goes hunting for his own food and shit.
I don't think I got off the
a
couch
wild
in
man.
that
Yeah.
picture.
I couldn't hunt.
I couldn't hunt. Yeah, dude. Dude, I felt so shitty back then. God damn it. I felt so shitty. I still feel shitty sometimes, but there's so much physical exercise going on with my job. And then I've actually kind of loosened up, but in general, I've stayed on keeping the carbs low.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just feel pretty great. I can run for a couple hours a day on and off, just running back and forth. And I'm not getting winded or anything. So this is the best shape I've been in that I can remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never been in good shape. So there's that. When we did the AR7, I was in pretty good shape after a few weeks because it was a sick workout program.
Yeah,
but
I gained a lot of fucking muscle when I did that thing. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
I could feel my arms and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is nice.
My arms and my shoulders were huge.
I'm turning myself on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting hard.
It was good, but we don't have the resources for that anymore. It was great back then.
Yeah, dude. So
Man.
I've been doing great, frankly. Still a couple of books ahead as well on my shit, and
You actually getting to good Wheel of Time.
I got to Good Wheel of Time last time, as I talked about.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of Towers of Midnight, which is still pretty darn good. It's not as good as Gathering Storm, but it is still pretty darn good. So I'm excited for the ending. To get to that soon, I downloaded George Washington A Life, so I have a 45-hour book on tape in front of me, because that book is bigger than a Wheel of Time book. And
So are you doing like one on, one off Wheel of Time kind of thing?
Yeah. I've been doing that for a few months now. One on, one off, and then it would turn into 3 off, 1 on.
Because it was shit.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, I'll start this one later, or I'll have started it 4 hours in, and then I got a Bruce Campbell autobiography, and I'm like, I'm reading this right now.
Yeah.
This is much more entertaining. But I'm about halfway through Towers of Midnight.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been good shit. So about streaming, I will be taking down my streaming down to about 1 hour per day of Metal Gear Solid on Nude Clan, Nude Clan's Twitch channel, And on UFF, there will be Final Fantasy Tactics for the other hour.
I say good luck on doing tactics for just an hour. There are some fights that take some time.
Well, it might just be one fight and done.
Caleb knows what I'm talking about, but like I'll get out of a
do.
fight and I'll save, and I'm like, ooh, that was like 50 minutes right there, just one fight.
The fights are the long parts, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Especially if you're under leveled, like Schweiss has been on a couple times.
Oh, I was
so-
very underleveled for a long time. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Pixel Edge, is Joe getting fit now because of the show as motivation or the job or both? It's both. I've been working on like losing weight and trying
That's
to...
the whole reason getting fat started.
Yeah,
though,
that's
right?
the whole reason for
Yeah.
getting fat. But I mean, like, I had a couple rough months in there. I can see on my little chart from my Fitness Pal where I put in the weight amount like once a week. I can see the curve of graduation and birthdays and shit like coming in and bumping up, and then Emmanuel's song also, that one bumped up too because I was like, fuck the diet, I gotta do this shit and I have no money. But right now it's not too bad. It's actually pretty darn easy, and I can go off the diet for a day and I know I'll go home and I won't go back on. I'll just
I
cut
know.
it down another day.
I'm gaining a couple pounds from this Persona
I am.
disaster.
This feels good because I'm lighter than you.
Yeah.
It's been I know I've been a lighter than you for like a couple months now.
Yeah.
But now I can like feel lighter than you.
Well, not to bring it up now, but I am like a foot
Both
taller.
me and
but
you were like you weren't a foot taller when me and you were in junior high.
No.
And
No.
we were like the same fucking weight, and
Yeah.
basically we had the same body in junior high.
We
were both
actually
pudgy
did, yeah.
people. And pretty muscular. And
Well, we both have constantly just weightlifting classes.
and
Constantly.
we would constantly
Yeah.
arm wrestle and
Yeah,
try
we
to
did.
crush each other's hands.
Yep.
Basically, me and
all
Cameron
the
were
man
gay.
stuff, all the man stuff, and
We were always at contests with one another because,
Yeah.
and me and Steven were also going.
It was
after
really
this
weird because I would
one girl.
necessarily say at that
Math
time we were
class.
like friends, but we were good acquaintances.
Sure,
I would
yeah,
say.
good acquaintances.
I mean, we would all copy off that one kid in math class too. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's true. Oh my god, yeah, we
Yeah.
would. What was that? Guy?
We all put our desks around his desk, and we would fucking. Oh well, I was trying to work on this one, but I couldn't quite get it. What'd you put down? Oh yeah, I was close. I was close.
Fucking cheaters.
cheated all the way through that goddamn class. All we would do is just me and Steve would just be on page the whole.
Oh yeah, I don't quite remember the page. I guess I wasn't obsessed with
Oh.
her like you guys were, but
We were both obsessed with Paige.
She was hot.
She was smoking.
I don't
hot.
remember Paige. I just don't remember Paige.
Just don't remember
No, I
Paige,
don't.
dude. That was like that math class for me.
I knew of Paige before Joe did, but
It
I
was
never,
me,
like, went
and
after
I had a crush on
Because
Paige.
she was straight.
from then.
it. Yeah.
I had a crush on Paige from
apparently
then,
seek out lesbians.
and I probably still have a crush on Paige now. There's been
Wow.
just like this long-term, what is that?
Unrequited love.
Unrequited love between me and Paige.
Well, we should just look Paige up, see how
she
she's doing.
has disappeared.
Again?
Yeah,
Like
she
off the
she
face
went,
of the
she
planet.
Went, she got black. She went blacklist again.
Probably you, yeah. It's,
No, she did. She would do this every couple of years. So, what would usually happen is me and her would text all the fucking time, and then she would just drop off the face of the planet, and I'd be like, oh, okay, and then she would come back and be like, oh my gosh, Joe, I miss you, and then she would drop off the face of the planet again. And this happened up to 2 years ago, by the way. That I was like at scout camp and I just randomly got a text from Paige. I remember I was at the bread store with you guys. I'm like, guys, I just got a text from Paige.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's probably
What
her.
the hell is
you were
this?
like freaking out a little bit.
That's probably her. Up
I
and
would get
down.
mad. I'd be like, God, fuck, I can't stand this. She's and so I would like delete her number. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking talk to her.
That's
And then
probably-
then she would text me after a few. Like,
That's probably up or down of when she's in a relationship. She doesn't text in when
No,
she's out.
I
She
think
does.
I think she said she had bipolar disorder.
Oh, well.
So I believe that she's in some sort of manic state or depressed state when she's talking to me.
because when,
when
she's
she's
happy,
talking to
she's
you or
talking
after
to
she
you.
talks to you.
I was
Anyway.
about to say, yeah, when she's happy, she's not texting Joe.
Anyway, I was deeply in love with that girl. Even when I was in love with the other girl, I was deeply in love with that girl.
Wow. I still say you should look her up, see what she's doing.
She's not. She's just on. She has a blank Facebook page. People put her birthday thing. She's like, "Happy birthday," and she doesn't respond.
That just
to
probably
them, and,
means she deleted her Facebook page. is
Nah,
all.
she hasn't written on her blog.
Oh man,
She's
you creep
also-
on a
when
blog
When did
too.
you last check
She,
the blog?
she
Joe?
also her last name is a object, so a real life
seat to
object.
her?
I didn't want to say the name of the
Oh, yeah.
person.
Yeah, that's
it's a
probably-
dumbass. Anyway,
That's a funny last name.
so
like,
it's hard to Google.
Take a seat.
So there's no like, oh, she got arrested. That makes sense. Like it's not. There's nothing there because you can't Google her name. She won't show up. It's funny. It's real funny. Anyway, I thought I was over her, but now that we're talking, fuck yeah, let's get this going, Paige. Let's get this going again.
Joe is in.
I'll
He's into you're crazy.
It's the rut. It's the rut season right now for the Joe. He's feeling it again now that he's back in the 220s.
Yeah, now that back in the 220s, all the memories of the 220s is coming back.
Yeah. You are yourself from then.
I'm gonna try to get a hold of my old girlfriend again.
No.
that
Just
would
look.
be the worst
Just look.
decision.
Just look for
ever.
something new.
Yeah. You want the new brand.
What the new brand?
Yeah, without the short circuiting problem.
Short
The electrical issue. Yeah.
What?
So that's what I'm gonna use for like a
Bipolar disorder.
mental
yeah.
problem, like a short, like a car.
Oh,
like you got
okay.
electrical problems, so you want to get the new.
I want to
model.
be into a girl that
Just
doesn't
like-
have mental disorders.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just
all
Like
right.
my old Honda, when the locks, if I like locked the door all the way, the locks would freak out and like keep trying to lock themselves. But if I locked it a little bit, it wouldn't do it until you
yeah,
pulled the
I
handle.
maybe I just don't attract normal women.
I mean, just like Caleb's now running in safe mode ever since he had a force shutdown on the side of the road.
Yeah. Same kind of scenario. I don't know what over.
So I don't know. I have gotten laid at this weight though. I have gotten laid at this
I
weight.
have too.
So I
actually.
feel like, well, I got really fat, right? And
Oh, wait.
I did not get laid at fat.
So you also weren't trying.
I also wasn't really trying that
Maybe
hard.
it's a
there were
confidence thing,
moments
Joe.
of trying.
Maybe it's just a confidence thing.
Maybe it is. I didn't feel that confident when I was this weight though, so I don't like.
Well, that's because that weight was fat before, and now it's not.
Now it's,
It's all relative.
but here's the deal:
fatness.
everybody my age is fatter than they were when I was this weight.
That
you
is
know?
true. So it's more normal.
So it
It's
is. I
all-
have gotten down to a point where like everybody's a little pudgy. So not everybody, but most people are a little pudgy, and so I'm kind of like bigger than them, but I'm not like huge. You know?
So it's relative. Yeah.
Yeah, it is relative. My tits, I can actually like. There's more. I can see more below me than I did before. there was a blockade going on, and my stomach is not like poking out. It's like flat. In fact, it's flat to a weird extent. I feel like I'm gonna have some sagginess going on if I lose too much more weight.
Yes.
I'm like,
Right, and you'll have a complex where you won't ever have your shirt off. Not that that's like
well,
a thing.
I don't have my shirt off now,
It's true.
so
Get that wife beater. You
Yeah,
always wear.
usually just wear your white
You're
beater.
like
Your
a-
tit hangs out of that anyway.
I enjoy the wife beater. I don't wear the wife beater as a fashion statement. I certainly don't wear it during the day. I wear it when I sleep for comfort.
Yeah, or when you stay at home all day.
And I use it as an undershirt because it's
Yeah.
less. I need the undershirt because my nipples are really sensitive and they get crazy. Like, ooh, I want to come out and say hi to everybody today. So I can't just wear a t-shirt and no undershirt. I need an undershirt for some padding, for some modesty here. No one wants to see my nipples like saying hello, hey boys. Like no one wants to see that. So I
That
do
is
have to wear the
true.
undershirt, but I don't want like the bunching up of wearing an undershirt with sleeves. This is nice. I don't wear a fucking wife beater without a shirt on unless I'm asleep or sleeping. So that's the only time, man. It's not like I don't it's not like an all the time Joe's always in a wife beater.
well,
Just-
technically, you are
I
always in a
technically
white
am.
beater.
but the wife beater is always covered up. Why do we still call it a wife beater?
I don't know.
Isn't
It's
that
kinda
fucked up? A tank top, which sounds
That sounds.
nah,
Gay!
wife beater.
Yeah,
Wife beater.
wife beater. Let's get
Yeah.
it some masculinity in there.
Let's get
A little bit of violence in the home.
Yeah.
you
A
know?
little misogyny is, yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Makes the world go round.
That's what a man is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. what was I gonna? Oh fuck, that vaping guy.
Oh,
yeah, Jesus.
Okay, so today we saw the biggest douche. The biggest douche in the world.
He was
He's
quite
big
tall.
because he was like 12 feet tall.
Yeah, he was quite
with,
tall
like-
with this weird jacket that had like no. So the sides weren't tapered at all. So it was just like one long jacket from his shoulders that just draped all the way down to
yeah,
his
it was
ankles.
disgusting looking.
Yeah,
And then his friend with the
'Cause
fucking top knot.
What you want to do as a tall
Naturally.
person is get really long, baggy clothing.
yeah, yeah. Just
so
to
that
make
you
myself
look
like this
like
giant
a
noodle.
fucking Dementor when you're walking around outside. This guy was admittedly like he was born fuck ugly. This guy
Yeah.
was the ugliest person
No,
on the
I
planet.
wouldn't say he's the ugliest, but
Did
he
you
wasn't-
see his
yeah.
actual face?
I saw his actual face
amidst the smoke.
amidst the smoke.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
How?
he had so many zits that he looked like Pizza the Hut from fucking
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. And his friend, of course, had like 12-inch gauges, and he was waiting at the Little Caesars with us. And
So
then
he had a foot hole in his ear.
then that guy,
Yeah.
that guy was just pacing around outside, vaping like crazy.
he
And
was
so,
yeah.
and I like started laughing. I'm like, God,
And it's pretty-
guys.
it's
that guy
getting
looks
colder here, too.
He just looked like such a douche, just such a douche. Not the douche that we created.
Well, that was the
Different kind
ultimate
of
douche.
Yeah, that was ultimate douche. Now, this douche was vaping like nutso, like a ton of vape.
Yeah, like you
smoke.
couldn't see outside the window.
And he was
because of
just
the
kind of
vape.
like pacing around. I'm like, why isn't he waiting with his friend? Like, why is he being a douchebag? It's fucking freezing cold and raining outside. And he's like, "Ah, I gotta vape, dude.
It's the nicotine. That's what it does to you.
And then I saw him while these guys were looking the other way. I was with Cameron and Caleb. These guys were looking the other way, and I was kind of facing towards the outside. And then I saw him pull up his phone. And then, like, he was ready. He was waiting, and then, like, he blew the smoke around his face and then took a picture of himself.
Jesus.
And, like, it's a fucking smoking selfie. And I'm like, oh, my God. All right, guys. Here's the new law here. No fucking vape selfies. You're already the biggest douche on the planet. You
Yeah.
vape. And you're taking vape selfies.
Yeah. Here's the biggest problem.
Could not be more masturbatory.
yeah,
There's nothing
You're
more
satisfying
masturbatory.
so many needs at once. And you know what? The thing that makes me the most sick about it is that it's consequence free. At least the people that are out there
Consequence-free erotic
smoking cigarettes, like they know they're probably going to die of lung cancer. But these sick, undisciplined bastards who are vaping, there's
wouldn't-
nothing wrong with it.
I
They're
wouldn't
fine.
jump straight on that bandwagon. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you're still taking nicotine.
There might be something wrong.
As
we
far
might
as
have
we
to
know,
wait
all
down
they're
a couple
doing
years.
is having a
You're
consequence.
still going to be perceived as a massive douche.
satisfaction of an addiction, and I think that's.
I mean, we have to
unspeakable.
see. We have
Well,
to find out what
nicotine
that
is-
what it does to
it
us.
doesn't do
because you
anything.
just still don't know,
know, that's what
what
I'm
they're
saying.
putting
It's-
inside the vape the vape juice is what they call it. The juice. Yeah.
I hate it. Every time I walk by him, I'm like, you know what? At least she's smoking. Sure, she's pregnant, and I hate her
Well,
for it. But she's smoking
what
a
the
cigarette. Yeah, there's a chick at my work that's been pregnant twice and has smoked the entire time. I want to
Wow.
punch her in the face, but
Wow.
I also don't want to get fired. Yeah, it's disgusting. I am repulsed,
Holy shit.
insanely by it.
Anyway, so this douche reminded me of going through Tinder, and ladies, look, I know that.
Wait.
I know that.
Why did
you're-
you go
I
through
know
Tinder
that-
and seeing all
Yeah,
the
I know.
guys on Tinder?
I've seen this guy before.
What side
You
of Tinder you
fucker.
on? Are you sure you're not
It's
downloading
Grindr.
Grindr? Yeah.
Oh shit, you might not. All right, so here's what I've noticed. There's like really nice Mormon girls. Okay, there's an occasional normal person, very occasional, and I'll usually swipe right. If I see kind of a normal person, I will swipe right. Sure that she has mental problems.
You have to
because
go-
I'm lightly attracted to her.
You have to do the whole meat method. You just got to keep swiping.
And
right.
then here's
see
what
your
there's a
response.
lot of girls flipping off the camera in selfies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
What is that?
know.
And there's a lot of smoking weed selfies.
Yeah.
And vaping selfies. I have seen that a couple times, but this guy taking it outside in public was just on top of everything. So I haven't seen that. No one's been on the curve like, oh, look at me vaping. So cool.
Yeah, this isn't even my
This is
house.
oh, man. Oh, this is so cool. There is nothing.
This is going on my Tinder profile.
I'm pretty sure there is nothing less attractive and there's nothing more juvenile than having a picture of yourself flipping off the camera in a selfie. Nothing. Especially if you're flipping it off and you're smoking weed. I go, fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, what's happening
Fuck
here?
this person. God damn it. I hate this shit. Like, you're like, I'm so cool. I'm so cool. This is the coolest thing ever is smoking weed and flipping off the camera that I'm holding. So
Yeah,
cool.
in your representation is someone else taking the selfie for them.
In this, they can't do both.
So it's
and
not a
take the
selfie.
So it's not a selfie anymore.
All right. Well, they could just be holding the cigarette.
Unless they got some crazy Kegel power and they're got the selfie stick. Got that selfie stick shoved up there.
All right. I fucking can't. I don't understand it. I do not understand what is cool about that. What is cool about the smoking / flip off selfie?
It's all about the hookup, man. It lets you know that they're down to hook up.
Ooh, the old version
DTF.
of this is that one guy
DTF.
at the Godsmack concert who was like,
Oh, yeah.
taunting the bass player and flipping him off.
Yeah, it was
Like,
insane.
what are you doing?
No, so everyone else is just going, yeah, and he's like, fuck you.
No,
Everything's all slow and
dude,
methodical.
It was like a slow
Yeah, he's like-
methodical flip off.
And
It
then
was
one
like
of them,
a loving flip
No,
off.
I remember
what
the
was he
guy. I
doing?
remember the guy. He had
loving flip
he
off?
had
I know you
shoulder
want me
length
to
black
get
hair,
back.
right? He had the shoulder length.
Come here.
This is the guy with the shoulder length black hair, right?
Yes, yeah.
There was this one part where he just went like this, and then he was doing the fist pump, and he just turned it into two fucking fingers.
I moved away from him because I was getting so mad. So wasn't that the same guy with the jersey?
I don't.
No.
Jesus, what is it with Godsmack and freaks showing up? Like, there's another guy who was like really high, like holding up a fucking jersey, covering up like half the stage.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then some guy was like, "Get that fucking jersey out of here!" Just throws it across the room. It's like, all right, we get it. He's from Boston. He's a fucking Patriots fan. You have a Patriots jersey. Fucking congrats. God, you could buy him online. But yeah, the guy just the thing with the slow come here movement and then like the flip off. It was so methodical and like it was so beautiful.
I do not get it.
I'll be the one to
just
put you in the
don't.
ground.
Yeah.
I love
And
you that much.
Are girls so it's stupid when guys do it. It is so fucking stupid. Why are the girls doing it? I usually like I've never seen that until very recently. I'd never seen girls do the flip off, do the weed smoke selfie or anything.
They're not living by your rules, Joe.
I guess, yeah.
Down with
Yeah,
the
Joe.
fucking patriarch, Joe.
Yeah, it's all me. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm the one. I'm keeping the.
You're a fucking
I'm keeping
white,
everyone
you're
down.
a fucking white male, thinking like, oh,
Yeah,
why
white
we're doing this?
cisgendered
Oh.
male.
It's true.
Yeah.
I am a white cisgendered male.
If you can't accept them at their Tinder, you
Straight-
can't
straight
accept
white.
them at their. Oh man.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I just see people fuel an addiction that has no consequence. Just it feels wrong to me.
No consequence.
At least not right now. There might be something later.
Yeah, we
where
don't know yet.
fingers are
But wouldn't that be
detrimental.
just such a funny turn of events?
If it's worse than cigarettes. Ha! You're all dead. You and your stupid builds. I don't have to fucking hear about it anymore.
Well, to that guy's credit, he didn't walk up to us and
you
tell
turned
us
your
about
lens
his
into
build.
goat
I'm
cheese.
surprised. You should have asked him, like, hey, what do you got in your build? Just like completely casual, like, what do you build, bro? What's that? How many
Build,
ohms
bro?
do you have? Do you even know what an ohm is? No, you don't.
I should have
'cause
told
you're
him,
fucking
hey,
stupid.
I don't
hey, you
fucking
know that
what
stuff
it is.
causes disgusting acne, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, it does.
And then he would billow the smoke. I said earlier, it's like it's like a Thomas the Train sort of cosplay is what they're doing. They're just like, dude. That shit is crazy too. God, there's a guy that I watched recently that streams and does it, and it's like, it's just so.
Thank you.
It's so
Yay.
billowing and unappealing to me. I'm like, you're in your house, like. Now it's gonna smell like fucking candy.
Yeah, that is why I say it is better than smoking. It just doesn't smell bad, and that's about it. That's all
I think
I
I
give a
prefer
shit
the
about.
smell of smoke.
I
Really?
might have to say that I do too.
What over the candy?
No,
Dude, it
dude.
smells
When we went to that
fucking
fucking
weird.
Megadeth concert, there was these two people that I got next to, and the whole fucking time they were just fucking vaping away, blowing their fucking stank ass candy cane breath everywhere. And I'm like, dude, there's a fucking designated smoking spot out there. I don't want to be
They're
up
like,
in this
I'm
fucking
not
smoke.
smoking
Dude,
cigarettes.
no,
like
it is the
those
fucking law.
guys.
You cannot vape where you cannot smoke. So
Yeah.
if you want to smoke, if you want to vape,
Yeah.
you got to go to the
Oh,
designated
man.
area for
And
it.
I heard people crying about that at my work. They're like, I don't think I should have to go vape where the people smoke. Like, I'm not smoking. I'm like,
You're
just
fucking
don't-
smoking.
I'm like, just don't.
You're
vape.
putting
like,
nicotine into your body.
You're like, oh, it's such a strain on my person to have to walk an extra 10 steps to do this totally optional thing in my life. Like, I can't believe you are making me walk there. It's like, no one's making you do anything. You
Nobody fucking
decided.
enforces those rules anyway, and it's ridiculous. I have that same shit next to my work. They're like, "Hey, go walk by the fence," which is like 5 feet from the building, and they don't want to do it.
I
They
mean,
literally
personally-
sit on the steps and smoke in front of everybody, and I'm like,
Personally,
"Really? You can't?"
I don't give a shit about the clean air laws. Just like you can smoke it. No one's ever died from secondhand smoke. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Kids have.
How do they know that?
Well, they can do an
How
autopsy.
do they know that
and
it was
see
secondhand smoke that
that the
caused
kid
it?
wasn't actually smoking?
Yeah.
yeah, he was. Little Jimmy's a fucking liar.
smoke 2 cigs a day,
He's
man.
corrupt.
Confirmed cases of secondhand smoke causing stuff, not just people do get cancer without smoking. So
And
it's
some people
not-
just get cancer. though.
some people just
and
get
some people
cancer.
smoke
It
for
sucks.
60 years and never get cancer.
Yeah, I have one in my family.
Yeah, some people will not get cancer and some will.
She will never die because she's evil and Satan is keeping her alive. That's what is going on.
Satan and
Made a
racism.
deal.
I'm pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure she made a deal with the devil. I'm gonna stay around forever. That's what the deal was.
Secondhand smoke causes approximately 7,330 deaths from lung cancer.
7,000.
7,330 deaths from lung cancer and around 33,150 deaths from heart disease each year.
And how many caused from smoking? Okay, so
One
we
second.
got 40,000. That's what we're at.
40,000 secondhand smoke.
40,000 a year from secondhand
That's
smoke.
40,000 a year just from heart disease from secondhand smoke. That's not counting the lung cancer deaths.
No, you said 33 and then 7.
Yeah.
That's
And
40.
then smoking is cigarette smoking is responsible for more than 480,000 deaths.
Okay. So we're seeing what the real danger here is.
Well, because you're smoking constantly, but then if you have people who can't get away from your secondhand smoke, like a kid in the car or an elderly person and stuff like that, they can't necessarily. And then people with asthma, they can't get away from the secondhand smoke because they're with you, and then you're killing them. You're killing them.
Asthma's killing
You're
them.
killing them, Smalls.
Yeah, AIDS doesn't kill you. Everything else does.
It's true.
Just ruins your immune system.
We'll look deeper into this.
Dig deeper.
We'll dig deeper. I don't know, like how many of us have actually smoked in here?
I have.
I have to.
I have.
Caleb?
Yeah, you know about that. I had a cigar once.
Oh, well, that's not smoking.
Yeah, it is.
Not really. You're not supposed to inhale it.
With cigar smoke, you don't inhale. Cigarette
Well,
smoke, you
still,
inhale.
though.
I did, but you're not supposed to.
Because I'm hardcore.
Were you guys instantly addicted?
No.
No.
Okay.
I smoked a cigarette once, too.
Yeah.
It was relaxing, so that part was nice.
Is that okay? So that's why people do it.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, but you never
Yeah.
really get back to the original. It's just like with caffeine.
Here's what I see. I see groups of people who smoke, and I see groups of people who don't smoke.
Right.
Yeah,
There's never like
social-
one person who smokes and then everybody else doesn't smoke. It's very unless you're in a work situation where people, random people have been brought together. I feel like I think smoking is more of a social thing than it is an
is, yeah.
It is.
actual.
It's 100% a social thing.
I have a few
Yeah.
guys at work that, or one of the guys that I used to work
It's
with.
a social thing that then becomes a $300 a month expense.
You should try going to a bar with a lot
Fuck
of like
that.
outdoor spaces. A lot of the people are drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
It's
of
a social
the
thing.
guys I used to work with, he only smokes around his friends. Like he doesn't smoke regularly.
I never got it though.
So.
Like I don't get the flipping off the camera. I don't get what makes smoking cool for some people.
Well, it's not cool.
It's rebellious, Joe. They have a rebellious nature.
I don't think I was not rebellious when I was a teenager.
Did you smoke weed?
No,
You're not rebellious, Joe.
I did not
You're a
smoke weed.
fucking poser.
My friends smoked weed, and I didn't smoke weed, believe it or not. And then I played a shitload of guitar.
That was
what I
my
did.
drug.
That was my
music.
drug. And I did listen to music that drove my parents nuts and also made my neighbor at church come up to my parents and be like, I'm really worried about Joe. He's drawing Metallica logos on pieces of paper. And I'm not like tagging the wall of the church. I just do.
Metallica.
Fucking Metallica.
It's always Metallica. That's what it comes down to. I don't know. Maybe that's my addiction. Maybe that's like
Metallica is your addiction.
It's
I
just
can see that.
whenever I listen to Metallica, my neighbors do too.
yeah. But I also never made the music I listen to a fashion statement.
Yeah.
You do have a Metallic shirt.
I do have of course, but I didn't fucking dye my hair black. And
So you didn't go through an
painted
emo
my
phase.
painted my nails black.
Don't associate Metallica with that.
No, not Metallica, but metal at the time.
No, the emo metal, the
Yeah,
emotional
that's what
metal,
was the big-
the pop version of metal.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Metallica people did not do that. They just drank in the
They
backyard.
did have a. They
They
have
did
a
the
way of
long hair
things.
bullshit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's like, oh, you listen to Metallica? I'm like, yes, I don't look.
You don't look like a Metallica listener.
What does that even mean? I don't look like them, sure, but I kind of do now because they're fucking old and they have their hair short and shit. And one of them is completely bald, so I don't know where this is coming from.
I don't
Schweizer's on its
understand.
way.
I'm Lars in it right now.
There's that, and then the
I'm Lars in all my hair right now.
the artsy person who also has to dress artsy.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand this.
People
That's
just need to
someone.
have.
That's someone who doesn't have a personality, so
course,
they try to
I
pretend.
don't dress
Exactly, yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I have other
That's
people
someone
dress
trying
me.
to fit in, someone that feels the need to be a part of something.
Yeah, someone who's
'Cause they're not
slightly. It's like
comfortable
the
with
Onion article
themselves.
that you republished a while ago on Facebook. The artsy lady whose art isn't actually good enough to justify the way she acts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah, I think it's just people feel like they have to be a part of something. They feel like they need to belong, and so they will belong within a certain group. Like, oh, yeah, I go to metal concerts, but I don't have like those little metal bracelet ring things with the spikes. Like, I would never wear that.
I've always been anti the group of whatever I was in. So I
Yeah.
feel like I've always been. So maybe that is just my construct. It's like if I was in the choir, right? I was in the men's choir.
You would hate the men's choir.
Fucking hated the men's choir, and I was in it, and I was like, I'm fucking good, but fuck you guys. I don't like this. I don't like this culture that has wrapped around itself in men's boys choir. Anyway,
So being a choir boy just wasn't in it for you.
yeah. And then like with the music stuff as a band, I was always writing the songs I was writing, and people can unfortunately listen to these songs. I say unfortunately, but they can suffer through these songs on my streams, by the way, because I start those things up. But I was writing songs that weren't the norm at the time. Like it wasn't this echoey indie stuff, and it wasn't screamo. That seemed to be like the two genres that were
Yeah.
in the local bands around there. I would always do something different. It's not on purpose. I just always did something different. And then like at church, I was always kind of the bad boy at church. And then the bad boy. I would say, yeah, in comparison to the people around me, yes.
Oh man, that De Gaulier,
Yeah,
such a
man.
bad boy.
Well, because I was listening to that music. And then like I had stoner friends and I didn't get stoned, and now I'm playing video games and I don't fucking play. I have a video game podcast. I don't play video games unless I am forced to.
What's going to happen
I
when you
don't
run out
know.
of Metal Gear Solid? Are you just going to go double time on tactics?
Yeah.
So you're not
That's
going to play
exactly
anything
what.
for
So
fun?
I'll do 2 hours a day every day.
I guess the thing is like you don't have to do Metal Gear Solid 2 for fun. You could just force Metal Gear Solid 2 to be the game that's played. Because we have votes usually, but
Okay.
there are times where we don't have votes. So
Well, speaking of votes, we do have nominees, don't we?
I think so. Greg,
Yeah.
whip out that phone.
can
Whose
pull
are we
it up.
doing?
We're gonna do skulls.
You fuck.
Skull
The other guy
Hunt.
had his in there longer, but I guess we could wait and then let that East
Why
game.
not? We're
or
doing
whatever
the
fuck
guys
it
who
is.
had his suggestions the
Nice.
longest.
Because he nominated a game that was it's not out yet.
He gave us
Oh.
a bigger list though.
Oh, but there's a game on that list that's not out yet. Okay, that
Yes.
makes sense. That's why.
All right, Craig, pull it out. Whip out that tiny little phone dick of yours.
All right.
That's a huge phone dick, dude.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay,
phone
I
dick.
guess that is pretty big.
I think it's bigger than all of yours, except for maybe Cam Cam's.
No one's is bigger than mine.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2 phone dicks. All right. So the first game is Prototype, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Borderlands 2, and Burnout Revenge.
That's a lot of
Oh,
nominees.
so he only did 4?
Yeah.
Oh wait, whoa.
That's
That
what
was
he
only
sent me.
4?
He might have sent more on the
I just heard like
Patreon.
1,200 different words. Say them again slowly so I can know which is a game.
Prototype,
Prototype.
Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Oh, that's one
Yeah,
game.
it's one
Okay,
game.
Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
Yes.
Got it.
And then Borderlands 2.
Borderlands
and
2.
Burnout Revenge.
Burnout
Oh
Revenge.
man, Burnout Revenge.
All right, guys, it's time to vote. Go to nudeclan.net. Click on this episode, which is cross-platform something. I'm sure that's what the title will
whatever
be.
fucking name.
Whatever
Caleb comes
fucking
up
name
with.
we come up with, and then go vote on there, and we'll have the winner by next week. And then the Caleb's, is that right?
Yep.
The Caleb's will get
Schweiss and
started. Otherwise, you can check us streaming. Schweiss, how can they support the show?
You guys can support us through our Patreon. We got some great reward tiers. We're going to be sending out a couple games tonight and tomorrow to the winners of last week's drawing. We do a monthly drawing after we're at a certain dollar amount, and we have steadily been above that. So awesome! We've got a list of games online where we have available for that drawing, so you guys get some pretty cool prizes out of it. We also have the Amazon link. You guys can click through that, support the show with your purchases. It doesn't cost you anything, helps us out a little bit here and there, so that would be great. We also have a new one that is Twitch Prime. I found out recently that my Amazon Prime account actually has a free subscription thing to Twitch Prime, and that gives you the ability to support a streamer. You get like $2.50 a month. It's just like a 50-50 split with Twitch. So if you guys have that, you can use that on Nude Clan, and we are coming out with Nude Clan emotes for our Twitch channel. I built one yesterday for Joe, and it is pretty awesome. And I'm looking forward to completing the rest of them, so we can have Nude Clan Joe, and you can throw that all over Twitch. And it's a pretty great image of Joe's despair during Final Fantasy X-2 last mission. So we've got that going on. You guys can support us directly through PayPal if you wish. All of those links and so much more can be found on nudeclan.net.
Sweet. You can tweet me at Justin Gillian.
Me at Obsidian Bob.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And anybody else got anything to say?
I'm just gonna say this next week coming up is gonna be a real difficult week for me. So, any support, any thoughts you can share with me,
Send your prayers
through
anything.
Twitch.
Any
yeah,
way to
just,
distract him from his goal?
just just show your support and love for me as I play.
Love, you got 6 months to play this game.
As I play 45 hours of this game next week.
All right. So send us questions for P5, assuming that Cam gets it done,
Oh, I'm
keeping
getting
his
it
promise.
done. I'm getting it done.
And yeah, we'll
see you guys next week.
we'll see you guys next week. Yeah. Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
Game over, man. Game over. What are we gonna do now? Too bad you have died.
It's not too bad. How about a nice game of chess?
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon/evening. We will see you guys again very soon. I think Joe's going to be streaming some Metal Gear Solid tomorrow, so look forward to that. And yeah, catch you guys later.